Alright, I'm back. I am back. Uh, oh man. Get these cool folks, you know, up and running. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, son? You know what I'm saying? Oh wait. Oh, we are. We are. Okay, so what in the Ziva? Alright.
What up, bitch? Hey, out the palm of my hand. Smoke shit, daddy. What you know about it? Pimp shit, what you know about it? So what you know about it? Yeah. 8-ball corner pocket, my hustle can't knock it. The game chopping, catastrophic. I'm after the profit. Pull a salad out the stocking, it's popping. I popped in the cherry blossom, rock the lockman in the cockpit. Frontin' like you hot shit, shake out. Dress understated at the steakhouse, spaced out. Deep in the game, I pray I make it out. Two bitches naked on the couch, crouch. Gold Porsche, I'm a clothes horse. You boss thrown in the trough, blow soft, throwing salt on pork. You done prickle with
Alright, so I'll set it up. So
blessings to my offspring. Last sip the water from the spring. It ain't a thing. Pat leather ski mask. My feet pass a G and a half. Pull out the fast European cab. Crab, call it the cooler. I'm basically a jeweler. You trying to fool a consumer. Cubic zirconia. I copped the coat in Mongolia. Spoke harmonious at the podium. Soul shit, daddy, what you know about it? Pimp shit, daddy, what you know about it? What you know about it? I won't allow, I won't allow.
Baby, you know what I'm saying? A real film, you know what I'm saying? You know, a nigga that's international, locally accepted, you dig what I'm saying? I mean, some real shit, you know what I'm talking about? Not that only on the face shit, you know what I mean?
That's all good, but I mean, what's the problem?
You like to smoke, baby, but you know what?
I'm twisted Nino, my bitch like Ginger Casino, pink tuxedo, show machismo, clean the clock, soft toe Reebok, peacock, move like a robot, stove top, Stan Smither, Rod Laver, cock the hammer, 16 in the clip, one in the chamber, short footed, the Porsche dashboard's wood, motherfuckers bite the bullet, the 640 seats, slight foot, it's the position I was put, my bitch arch your back, I slipped the wood in. Can I kill it? Funkadelic George Clinton. Keep it pimping more convincing without the tension.
what up? Welcome to Channel Hakusho. What up, new? Yeah, my bad, man. My bad. I, I'm sorry. I didn't want to, flake on my fellow Capricorn brother. Yeah, man. You already know, man. You already know. You already know. You know what I mean? We trying to start Channel Hakusho right. You know what I mean? Before I go into the plantation later tonight. But yeah, man, I'm probably gonna go live after work and shit. You know. But enough all the talking. Let's get back to the music. What matters?
Tennis kicks, tinted lenses. My thirst for the chips is tremendous. It's never ending. It's a win-win. Come again, see. Pimp shit, daddy, what you know about it? Smooth shit, daddy, what you know about it?
Hey, man, we fellow Earth signs gotta stick together, B. I don't care if you not a Capricorn, we still part of that, still part of Earth gang.
Straight like that, because I love money, and I know that money loves me, because when I got
it, hold on. Trying to work out on this, you know what I'm saying? work on this Spotify on my phone and shit. Cause I don't know, man. Like, sounds weird. Like when you play it on a laptop. But thanks to Kuda, told me to get a mixer and shit. So I'm trying to look for some, what I mean, some inner surfer mixer. So you know what I mean. Don't sound like you listening to the radio and shit. Let's see. What other Rock Marciano joint we could play, man? Uh, you know what? Let's see. Let's play some Rosebud. There, there we go. Ooh, I never really used this that much too, but you know what I mean. I actually, it's not bad, you know, but still though, it's like you need equipment though. You know what I mean? I'm always about clear quality too. Especially like when I when I make beats and shit, like it has to have that like particular sound, that sound quality. Sometimes I like it clean, but man, that dirty sound quality goes, man. But yeah, we're gonna play Emeralds next, man. You know what I mean?
Doubled up, while them younger sluts play double dutch. My new Mac 11 came with the muzzle on the front. Nigga, this ain't no front. My taste buds trump the flavor of the month. Rappers can't fuck with me, you can't name one. I paid a month, the table spun. I did my blunt, named the dust. Gauge pump, turn the brain to mush. Slut make the potato bust. Match what that Draco does, give you a halo. Mama sniffing yayo off the J-Lo butt. It made a player face go numb. Beef with me and mine lead to Nicola. Not gonna find the most, I just bone and slide. I had a moment, sky open, not holding. I'll be broken. This heroin, that brown, not that yellow shit, they stepping all over it. If you look close, you can see the little loaf for print. This nigga put his toes in this shit. No shit. It's over with. Hold this shoulder shit. Shoot out some phones, hold up, I think my shoulder hit. Think I'm hit, nigga, shit. Shit, shit. That's a shoulder with my nigga. Shit went straight through the gutter. Get back. Think you can't get to that, we living that. Fast, I put a nigga in a trick bag. Send you to your mama gift wrap. That's when I'm at, we gon' kick ass. How real is that? How real is that? Get him back. Yeah.
You know what, man? Like, I've been thinking about like trying to expand, like, what I mean, my horizons, like whenever I make a beat, cause like sometimes, man, I don't really feel like turning on my laptop or like, you know what I mean. So yeah, I definitely would say an iPad is the way to go. You know what I mean? You know, and it's easy to use too. I think Madlib talked about you know what I mean, when he did Pinata and Bandana with Gibbs. Yeah, man. But you see, you know what I tell people, man? Like it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt like to produce. You know what I'm saying? Cause like it's a whole different atmosphere. Like when you when you learn to like make beats on your own, especially if you're a rapper and shit. You know what I mean? Like you feel like why am I going to spend money, on somebody else? But you know what I mean? Like it's worth the dollar. You know what I mean? When you buy something like that appeals your ear and all. I mean, you know what I mean? I definitely say, man, like when I transitioned from like MCing to like rap to producing, man, like I was like, oh shit, like this shit is pretty dope, man. This shit is pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, sometimes like, I'll do little freestyle snippets, what I mean, just to give the beat a test drive, see if it's good before I like, send it for like an album placement or EP placement. I pretty much like giving like a tutorial on how to flow on, somebody's beat that's like abstract as fuck, you know? But you know what I mean? I hope there's a lot of music heads on the space, man, cause like, what I mean? What Kuda is doing, man, like that's actually a good look, man, that he has like a 24-hour like music stream, man. You know what I mean? That's pretty dope, man. So shout out to Kuda. You know, this is Channel Hakusho. I am your host, Lord Ghost from the East Coast. And yeah, man, I hope everybody enjoyed that that Jerry Springer moment on Kuda's live, man. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was actually hilarious in some ways. Yo, listen, man. Like, I hear you. I hear you. So, you know what I mean? I was a baby back then, but like, I played catch up when I was able to like listen to music. Hey, what's going on, Renaissance? How you doing, girl? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. You know what? Hold on, man. Let me get this stream yard, jumping before I have to go to work and shit. Hey, man, got a lot of competition. You got a lot of competition, man. I listen, man. I cannot disagree with Kuda and Mace on this one, man. Like, there needs to be some ladies on this space. You know what I mean? I want to say, the other side, the elephant graveyard and all that shit. But what I mean? It'd be great to. Yo, what's good, sir? What's good? What's good? Hey, this is the type of crowd I like, man. Listen, I don't know if any of y'all heard this from me, but I don't really care about like having a lot of like viewers. I'm more concerned about, what I mean, the peers of this space. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But of course they're gonna tell me like, what I mean, step my views up and shit. But it's like I don't really want to be cliche and want to talk about the same shit. You know what I mean? That everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I'm just trying to find my own niche on this space. You know what I mean? But I do appreciate y'all coming through, man. Thank you. Thank you. I know this midday the previous midday stream was bit bit of too much, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, like that's all I care about, man. It's just having like either like, that ratio. You know what I mean? Cuz I'm not too big on like 100. Hey, listen, man. Listen. I'm born too, but you know what I mean? I show other expertise, you know what I mean, that I'm in. Martial arts is not I mean, music is not my only expertise, but you know what I mean, martial arts too in life, you know. But born is cool, man. Cause let me tell you something. Like, you never know. You may intrigue somebody. You may intrigue somebody that has the same like mind as you. You know, that's how you build you know what I mean, your following. You find people that is like minded as you. Oh, word? Which style? Goju or Shotokan? Yeah, I know a little bit about karate because I mean, karate has a little has a deep connection with Southern Chinese martial arts. Like all of them are like identical, especially in the Haka systems in Kung Fu. But I definitely do promote, you know what I mean, learn learn as much, as you can so you could pass it on to the next generation. Mm. Shout out to the sister Haka system. Shout out to you, New. See, I always wanted to get into capoeira, man, but like there's not really a lot of capoeira schools in Long Island. It's like I have to like take the train to go out to Manhattan, like to actually find like a solidified like capoeira user. But I definitely fucks with Muay Thai though. Muay Thai Muay Thai got some strikes, man. See the noob minds don't understand is that a punch is a punch and a kick is a kick. A grappling technique is a grappling technique. It's just interpreting their own way. Wow. Damn, that sucks, man. That sucks. All right. I don't know if y'all want to pull up on the panel, you know what I mean? Because it gets a little lonely up here. I know some of y'all are watching in the clouds, and some of y'all are watching beneath the surface. So please, y'all are welcome. Y'all are welcome to jump in. I don't bite. This a peaceful channel. You know what I mean? We promote peace. Nah, I mean I don't have to go to work until 7. You know what I mean? So I'm good. I'm good until like 6 o'clock mark. Like that's when I like shut it down and all. But we good. We good until 7 o'clock. So please feel free to jump in, man. I hate to to hear my voice all the time. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hey, listen, man. Listen. Renaissance, do what you got to do. You know I ain't tripping because I'm actually gonna come back live after work. So please, please do what you got to do. Oh, we got a fourth viewer here. Let's see who this is, man. Nah, man, it's all good, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Doesn't really have to do with anything of you being uppity. You know what I mean? If your body's telling you you gotta take a nap, you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with taking a little brief intermission. But I do appreciate that, you're not an uppity person. You know what I mean? And that's from the bottom of my heart. And this is gonna be my last cup of wild turkey. I would advise anybody, if you are not familiar with wild turkey, please do drink with care. That's some grown man whiskey, along with some Jack Daniels. But wild turkey, yeah, yeah. That's a whole nother realm. But yeah, man. Since there's four people, well, I guess I don't mind sharing a little something. Hold up. So, I couldn't really be detailed about some of the projects that I'm, doing, for this year and at the end of this year. But yeah, man, go check out, my fellow label mate, Big Rux. You know what I mean? We have a joint out that's on YouTube called The Overview, produced by me. And man, just cop the just go listen to the EP, man. You know what I mean? It's on Spotify too. You know what I mean? The EP is called Shaniqua. I'll put it in the chat box for y'all. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Look up Big Rux on Spotify, you know what I mean? Hey, what's going on, bro?
What's going on, man?
Nah, nothing much, man.
Uh,
Appreciate you pulling up, man. Thank you. Thank you,
well,
man.
yeah, we've been on the panels a couple times, man. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I forgot. I thought I was already subscribed to you, though.
Oh, nah, but I do appreciate the subscribe, man. Thank you. Thank you, man.
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
I always try to show brother support, man.
thank you, man. Hey,
You know,
that's all that counts, man. It's you know what I mean, showing support to people, man. I really,
yeah,
really about their craft.
I've been around this space for a long time. you know.
You
So,
know, cause I was actually, yeah, man, I was actually on here doing like 1.0.
oh, you what?
Yeah, but like I was just chilling like in the chat box when you know what I mean, when BGS did the Google Hangout. So,
Oh,
you know,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, that wasn't quite 1.0. That was almost coming
yeah, I
over
know.
to 2.0, but
Oh,
1
yeah.
1.0 1.0 they didn't have the hangouts. They just did the uploads and all that. Cuz I remember
Right.
um I didn't have a smartphone. So I have to like go to the library cuz remember I said I was like MRA, so I'd be on, the little websites and
Right.
before it was Black Manosphere, let's just say Black Manosphere, there used to be a website called generationx.net
Right.
and that fell. But
See, you putting me onto some game because like I've been, you know what I mean, like I'm just starting to like, you know what I mean, check out the Manosphere, you know what I
mm,
mean,
mm,
and yeah, man, like I pretty much seen the good, bad, and the super ugly.
yeah.
As a millennial, it's like God damn, you
Well,
know.
that shit happens. I mean,
Yeah, man, you
as a
know.
matter of fact, if you go to I don't know if you know who the Wacky World of OTV is. He
Oh
does
no,
a
I fucks with Wacky, man.
yeah.
I fucks with Wacky. I gotta check him out, man.
Yeah, he 1.0 and he put together I think a 3 or 4 part series of the history of the Black Manosphere. Now, I didn't come through the Black Manosphere. I was already in the Manosphere period. So, I don't
Right, right.
even separate the shit, to be honest with you. I can't do it.
Mm. I mean, you know what I mean. I also have my feels about that too, cause like you know what I'm saying. Like I wanted to like find my own niche instead of like just be like generic. It for a lack of term, be like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like like pretty much like my channel is really, what I mean, pretty much gonna be music and like nothing but barbershop talk.
There's nothing wrong with
You know?
that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm part of the Manosphere, but I don't do a whole lot of Manosphere content. I kind of want to keep mine to my trade as far as, electrical. And then, I try to do like supreme mathematics stuff, but I am a pill, quote unquote, a pill guy. But I try
right.
to relate that, I don't talk about, women so much like that, relationships and shit like that. I'm the wrong nigga to ask for that type of shit. But
Yeah, you know what I
I try
mean?
to do life,
Yeah,
like life experiences and shit. I don't really do I don't get into the whole topics like that. That's why when you see my descriptions, they're pretty much like a ramble. I'm just rambling off thoughts.
and this is off topic. Just I'm just like reading what you said. It's not the art, it's the fighter and the technique. Absolutely, I do agree on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like a lot of people get stuck on styles and shit, and it's like they forget that no, it's the practitioner, that practice that discipline that makes it more flawless because he put his life coins in the gym by how to like modify you know certain techniques into modern day like fighting.
Right.
So yeah, man, like people trip me out with that, like with that favoritism. You know what I mean?
Well, growing up in martial arts since I was like 12, 13, up
Hmm.
until about 10 years ago, like my seafood, he's still in Vegas, but he don't have his studio anymore. And what it is like I'm originally like straight Kempo, when I started. but because he was in the army and he was a Golden Glove boxer, you know,
Mm-hmm.
he noticed that many martial arts have holes in it. Even as good as
Yeah.
BJJ is, it has holes in it,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly.
The whole
Yeah.
the major hole in BJJ is if you can't get me down.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
that's the hole. So what he did was he mixed up. He called it Jeet Kempo, like Jeet Kune Do. You know what I'm saying? So we have a
Mm,
lot of Wing Chun, Kali, Salat, a little bit of the kicks from techniques of Taekwondo, uh, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, Judo, Aikido. Like it's all mixed in.
right.
So
Yeah. It,
you know,
yeah, man. Like, see, and that's what makes like the system whole, because like you experiencing like other systems,
yeah,
instead of like just relying on one system.
yeah.
Man,
Like
that
you know, you got to learn to expose holes. Like when I was heavy into Kempo, we don't do kicks. I think we got like 3 or 4 kicks that we do because Kempo is
y'all,
basically
y'all aim
it.
y'all aim for like y'all aim for like the lower limbs, and
No, it's not even that. Yeah, well, you
oh
talking about with kicks, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
Kempo is based off of principles. You know what
mm-hmm,
I'm saying? There's principles in Kempo. You know, like to every reaction, there's an opposite and equal reaction. So that's
mm-hmm,
what it is. There's no one punch, knockout punch. It's like 5 to 10. You know, kind of like slapping, and then it's
yeah,
the knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like just like how Taekwondo has high kicks, they're strong. But in Kempo, we say me, you know, kicking you in the head, I might as well be trying to punch your foot. You know what I'm saying?
right, yeah,
but Taekwondo has strong kicks, so we learn like the shovel kick, the back kick, maybe a roundhouse kick and shit like that.
yeah. I only say like you only use the high kick unless you daze that opponent like from your barrages of punches. Like just to finish him off. Like now he's off balance instead of like trying to like throw a kick while you like engaging with him.
Yeah,
Because like that can fail, man. Like that can fail. Only this, I would say, there's only like that 1% that can actually pull it off. Instead, from the 99%.
yeah, it's gonna be pretty much luck almost. I want to say luck. You know what
Or
I mean?
timing.
Yeah, timing. I don't want to say luck. I don't like that word luck, but it is kind of like the timing of it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But you know, I know people like to kick. So Kempo, you know, we have a lot of defense on kicks. If you look at if actually if you look at boxing, right? Remember George Foreman used to fight. He used to throw
yeah.
his elbows. That
Mm-hmm.
that was from like Wing Chun. It's called like the Bong Sao, like the upward elbow block and all that type of shit like that. So,
In other terms, 52, because
huh?
they have that same shape called rob the bank.
Yeah. And which one?
Yeah. Um. The bung sao,
Yeah.
like hold on, like it's like this in 52, where you cover the whole face,
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
like
You talking about Jailhouse Rock.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
I know 52. I know 52 hand blocks.
yeah, yeah, because like a lot of like people don't understand like you know there may be differences from the east and the west, but it's like they still like they're interpreting the same technique, but like in their own way.
Yeah.
So like yeah, like Bun Sao could or different shapes from Wing Chun could like relate to like you know skull and crossbones from 52.
Yeah, well that's pretty much where they got it from because if you
Yeah,
look at the orient the actually the um damn, I forgot. Wing Chun was actually a female art.
yeah,
So
I
it's
do
about your
remember.
close range. And that's why That's why when you say jailhouse rock is designed to be fought in close quarters. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to do that. The thing about what we learned when you do like certain blocks is just turn your wrist a little bit. You know what I'm saying? If you
Yeah.
turn your wrist, they'll hit that bone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It'll start wearing that shit out. That's what I learned. So I used to have to learn to build up bones.
Yeah, man. Like a lot of people don't realize, like when you fight, man, like you have to condition, like you have to condition like your wrist as well as like your forearms. You know, including your knuckles too.
Yeah. I used to do that shit with Bruce Lee. Like he used to have a board going across his lap, and then I think at every red light he said he used to punch the board. You know what I'm saying? To get that callus on your knuckles and shit like that.
Right. Yeah.
You know. So like in Kempo, we got a lot of ridge hands and knife hands and like slaps and shit like that. So my calluses used to be real hard and my knuckles used to be real hard, you know, and then when I got in the trade, they were pretty bad, man, but I had to like take all that shit off a little bit though, because my hands were getting kind of beat up.
And you know what? That there's nothing wrong with it, cause like looks can be deceiving. Cause like you ever heard of the saying, you know, when you strike soft, there's also hardness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You know, or like, you know, the best defense is the best offense,
Mm-hmm. You
you
know,
know.
pop. Yeah. Like for instance, like Pac May, the system that I practice under. Yeah, it's definitely an aggressive fighting art. Now, if you apply it to like every other fighting art, like shit, man, you may have some troubles, but either way, like you know, if you're dealing with a white eyebrow exponent, like best way is just to look away.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yo, I'm on my phone, so usually StreamYard don't like phones,
You know what?
especially iPhones. But so
You know.
it might like because StreamYard brings heat. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So it might kick me out, and I might have to get on a computer. But uh,
No, I mean,
I'm gonna be heading out the house in a little bit anyway. But I did just want to jump up here and just chop it up for a hot second. But we can keep
I
talking till that
appreciate it,
happens.
man. Thank you,
I
thank
thought you was
you.
gonna take a nap before work or something, man.
Oh nah, I'm not taking a nap. Like shit, it's already too late for me to take a nap. So I
Oh,
might just, you know what I mean, just chill for a sec. You know,
you better watch the
and
steps. Watch the drinks, man.
yeah, yeah. Like this,
Trust me.
this is actually my last cup of wild turkey.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock here, 12:15 here.
Ah, lucky.
Yeah,
Oh
trust
man.
me. I know about going into work drunk, man. That ain't a cool feeling, especially in my trade. You know, it ain't
Mm.
good.
Yeah, yeah, you know, you don't want to have the idle hands and fuck it up for everybody.
Well, yeah. Plus, I'm dealing with electricity.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Shit, my phone getting hot already.
Shit. Well, nah, man. Like I'll definitely be on live later when I get off of work.
Yeah, I was gonna try to throw something together, man. You know, I don't like writing shit down, but I was gonna try to do something later, and I don't know. I'll see. Because I was in Sheep's chat yesterday for his live stream, and it was something that he said in there that I was gonna do, but he kind of already took them shits over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the thing is, I could still add my wisdom in there. You know what I mean? According to the mathematics for today's math, I could still add it in there, but I'll just apply it to it was gonna be some YouTube shit to be honest. Like
Hmm.
as far as just the space goes as a whole. You know what I
And
mean?
you
But
know what? I know. Like shout out to King to God, man. You know what I mean? I got to do that whenever every time I'm on the live, man. Like you know. if they watching this, you know what I mean? Like shout out to you, Kane.
Oh, most definitely. Me and Kane always chop it up on the phone, on a panel, whatever. Me, go, professor. We
Yeah,
chop it up
man.
too, like every other day. I just talked to him yesterday,
Mm,
or the day before. My bad.
the day before was that during when Ism was live?
I don't know. I was kind of busy yesterday running around, man. It was hot,
Um,
and I was irritated because it got up to like
oh,
100
you said
degrees yesterday.
yesterday.
Yeah,
You said yesterday. All right, so never
yeah.
mind. Never mind.
It was
That,
e-
that,
it was either yesterday or the day before that I talked to him.
yeah, man. Shout out to Sir Ism, man. Shout out to Kane, man. You know, salute to them brothers.
Yeah, we be doing the same shit, man.
You know, yeah, man. Like that's that I don't feel like that's what the space need. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like there will be like a whole lot of life shit that has to deal with women, but it's like at the same time, it's like you want this space need to be versatile. Instead of like one dimensional, in my opinion. Like,
Yeah, yes and no. Here's the thing.
okay,
So the manosphere was pretty much, as a whole, it was based off of women, right?
right,
The thing is when it's talked about all the time, and then I go in the chats and I'm like, yo, y'all still talking about this shit?
yeah,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
It's gonna
yeah,
happen regardless because you got new people, but then you got older people. Well, not older as far as age, but people who've been around for, a few years. They've only been here since like 2018 or 2017. So the shit that was talked about way back when wasn't nothing like it is now. It just
right,
got worse.
yeah,
So I was gone for a minute when I was going through the apprenticeship program for like 5 years. So I came back around 2015. You know what I
oh
mean? And I
man,
was just in the chats, or not the chats, well, like Google Hangout type shit, but I was in the comment section a lot. You know what I
mm,
mean? And when Google Hangouts was on, I would listen to shit. I wasn't commenting in chats. And then StreamYard came about. I still wasn't commenting. I didn't make my first comment in the chat till about 2016.
wow,
Or something
wow.
like that. I think it was 2016. I started making my first comments.
You know what? That's the similar effect with me because like I didn't really start engaging until like I would say like later on, like 2017, 18 around there. Like I didn't really start like engaging with people until like I started feeling out like what was this space about. Because
Mm-hmm.
like I've actually been in another sector, not YouTube, but like it's similar to the StreamYard, but like it's like you have different rooms of different groups. You know what I mean? That's similar to like on here, the
Mm-hmm.
Manosphere. So like, oh yeah, man.
Yeah, trust me. A lot of people only know um, a few, channels, whatever. Like they don't venture out. So, people take shots at the manosphere or whatever, or the black manosphere, whatever you want to call it,
Uh-huh.
instead of getting around. Like I actually had to stop and unsubscribe from certain people, or turn off the
Yo,
notifications. Like I don't
yeah,
I don't take the time to go through my subscriptions, so I just won't go over there. But to show
right.
support, a small amount of support, I'll just stay subscribed. I just won't donate, or you know I won't even go to the channel when they go live. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and then I have to work my way backwards and listen to older content to be refreshed on what it was about. You know what I'm saying? Like in the beginning, because now it's kind of like a clusterfuck. It's like Barnum and Bailey's.
Yeah, you know what? And I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I know people probably gonna hear this. Like when I started, like paying attention to like the content creators. Like my first content creator that I like studied was BGS. When he talked about, a man's non-sexual attention. Cause I actually had like issues on, how to be what he would say a mercenary.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now, not to say like I was like a 100% simp, but like, you know what I mean, just to like, you know what I mean, just to like know like what was these like intuitions that I was having. Like when I was in like in my like when I would say like in my early going to like my late 20s,
Mm-hmm.
like just knowing like, you know what I mean, like don't, sell yourself for free if, you know what I mean, that whole nine, like just like dealing with like women, you know, because
Yeah,
like
I get you.
yeah, because like I'm really not like that point in my life of being black pill, but like, you know what I'm saying, like just to help me like to navigate throughout like, society and shit.
Okay, but why do you say the black pill? What do you think black pill is?
Um, well, from when I was like, always watching Yes's videos about black pill, um, I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I may have took it the wrong way on what black pill is, like, pretty much like not dealing with like, the secular world. Pretty much like being a Shaolin monk
Um,
in a sense.
no, not really. I think
Oh,
everybody has their own version of what black pill is.
okay.
Okay, but a lot of people don't know what it is. So if they look it up online, it automatically takes them to because I did it. I looked it up. I already knew what I was, right? But when I was hearing all types of shit about black pill, I'm like, that's not black pill. So I went online and looked it up and see what they gave. It automatically takes you to incel Wikipedia. It has nothing to do with that.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
So the first two pills are blue pill and red pill,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Red pill is supposed to be the black pill. There's not even supposed to be a black pill. Black pill came from something else,
Really?
right? Yeah.
Wow.
Black
Okay.
pill. I mean, if you look at it too, like as far as like drug, heroin used to be sold a black pill, right?
Mm.
And the,
Now you're putting me on to something.
so the thing is, if blue pill is, and see, this is what I do with the supreme mathematics, right?
Uh,
When you have one, two, and three, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, I put those to the pills. So if knowledge is information, that's blue pill because that knowledge can be good or bad. Red
right.
pill, red pill is two, the wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That's to be aware, right,
Right.
of the knowledge that you have. And then three would be the black pill, is the understanding. Because when you combine one, two, and three, or one and two, that equals three,
You
right?
know what?
So that
Yeah.
would be the acceptance. So
Uh-huh.
basically, I'm black pilled as fuck. I'm happy, and my whole thing is it is what it is. I let motherfuckers do what they gonna do. But black pill is I put myself first. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like there's power in the word no. So
Yeah.
when you deal with shit all throughout life, you know what I'm saying, in your cipher, then you either let people in or you don't. You accept people for who they are. Therefore, you can access how you want them to be in your life or not.
Yeah. DMX spoke about that. Yeah. Yeah. He did say like, accept people for being themselves.
Yeah, I got no problem for who you want to be. If that's
Yeah.
you, that's you. But that also reflects, going back to the red pill, my
Hmm.
wisdom, right? My
Right.
wisdom, so that I can make You know what I'm saying? Or at least attempt to make wise judgments, right?
Right. Yeah.
So once you show me your hand and I decide to deal with you, I have to take full accountability of what happens after that. It's about being accountable. So the thing is, I'm happy. Like I'm happy in life. Even at my bad points in life, I was always happy. But I also never took it out on other people while my life would be going bad at those points. I made these
Right. Yeah,
decisions. And that's the
man.
part of the black pill is the acceptance of, you know, things that come in life, like the reality part. Cause I'm a realist. You know what I'm saying? So I look at the what does they call it? The glass half empty type of shit where they call it
Yeah.
pessimism, but
Yeah, the sand glass. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that lets me be able to just navigate through the world, you know what I'm saying, and do what the fuck I want to do, of course, with the law of the land, how me and Kane talk about it. You know what I mean? But that's what makes the black pill. It's not all this defeatist and not having hope and all this shit like you're gonna hear, you know, in the YouTube quote unquote streets. That's blue pill shit when they talk that shit.
And you know what? Like I'm glad that you and Kuda actually like put that in depth on what black pill is. Cause like at the time, like I'm just thinking like black pill means like being self defeated. Instead of like, how you and Kuda put it, like just accepting, the way things are in society, from you know, unfiltered.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely hear you, man. Like, cause like it was kind of with me when I first heard, that terminology, black pill, cause like I was just like, damn, like I don't even know like if that's supposed to be like a negative connotation, you know. At that time, like that's what I thought.
Well, that's because people associate black with death and negative shit when you look at it in
Yeah,
the dictionary.
right.
But it's
Yeah.
not. But it's not. It doesn't always mean that. You know what I mean?
Oh, peace, black man, peace. Well, welcome to Channel Hakusho, man. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Oh, that's black men being brutally honest, habitual line steppers. No, but people always associate black with negative connotations. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? So I think even the reason why black pill came out was because red pill was getting watered down. You know what I
yeah, I
mean?
do remember
Like
those. Yeah,
they were just claiming red pill, but they really weren't.
yeah, like it was pretty much like Order 66.
Yeah.
I hate to make a joke about it, but yeah, that was, yeah, I do remember that everything went from Shit's Creek.
It's not that big of a deal that people think it is. And then
Right.
people say, "Oh, I don't subscribe to pills and I don't do this and do that." I can just listen to the way people talk and see what you are as far as like a pill category, whether you accept the label or not. You know what I'm saying? Because people say, I mean, just think about it like this. People say, "Oh, I don't do labels." I'm like, motherfucker, your name is a label. What do you think your name
Yeah,
is? If you didn't
yeah,
have labels for
it's a
things,
brand,
how would you
man.
know what this chair was, what a bush was, what a plant was, what the shoes were? Those are all
Right.
labels. So you've accepted the labels already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whether you deal with religion, you've accepted a label.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's okay to accept a label. Don't
Yeah,
say
it's
don't
like,
say that I don't accept labels because not accepting a label is a label too. There's something called there's a name for that. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
like that's when like, that's great that you brought that up because like, I met atheists throughout my throughout my experience on cyberspace. And and I'm saying to myself, well, they don't believe in God. Does that mean that that is a belief system that God doesn't exist?
There's no system because I'm an atheist by default.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
By being 5%er, we're all atheists. We don't believe in a deity.
But y'all,
You know what I'm saying?
all right. So in a sense, like y'all are spiritual in a way.
I wouldn't even say that. I mean, some people might say that, but I don't equate spirit. I still equate spirituality with some type of religion or a belief in maybe not a deity, but you know they want to call that whatever they want to call it. It's still for me. I still hear God in that. I wouldn't even say spiritual.
Mm,
I don't think I'm spiritual. You know, I don't. You know, they want to call it getting back with nature and doing this and doing that. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really rock like that. I mean, I know a lot of atheists. I used to actually go to a show. Uh, it's been around for a long time. It's called the Atheist Experience. It's based out of Austin, Texas. A lot of those guys were religious at one point, and once they started asking questions, they started being shunned. That should tell you a lot of things right there. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Faith is blind. I don't walk in
Yeah.
faith. I walk with the knowledge of self because I know who the fuck I am, where I came from.
Right.
I don't need to believe in myself through a deity. I gotta do this.
Yeah. You the living God of this plane. Like what's what's in your power, you control.
I mean, people are programmed that way. I've never been programmed. I've never been indoctrinated. So already I don't have a foundation of that. It's hard for
Mm,
people it's hard for people to, let's just say, like, get rid of it, toss all that shit. It takes a lot. It takes a long time for people because they get shunned, and they don't want to be shunned with family, friends, society. You know, they look at atheists as like blood drinkers or evil or some shit like that. I mean, people have
yeah,
been taught. Like, I
like
study humans, man. I stu-
I actually, like I actually spoke, to a chick that was an atheist, and she was pretty much breaking down what it was, you know, and I was just like, okay, so pretty much like self-reliance, not really relying on, idols in a
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
mean, and
believe.
trust me, I don't bash believers. I just don't battle 85ers. I don't defend anything. Like, you do what the fuck you want to do. What up,
Yeah,
third?
you do what you see fit. You know what I mean? Like, you were born in this world by yourself, so it's like, unless you were, unless you were born with, an identical twin. I mean, I don't know.
We
You know
have
what I
them.
mean? But like, yeah, man, like you should do what the hell you want that see fit in your life instead of like trying to be in, other entities' shadows.
Look, I believe in self first.
Yeah,
Prayer doesn't work for me. You know, people want to thank God, and that's fine. That's your decision. But I just look at it like this: like, if you bought a car or a house, you said, "Oh, thank God, I got this. He was there for me." But what did you have to do that? Did you not have to do any work? Did you just get out of bed and go to a realtor and say, "I want this house," and then you left it in the hands of God? I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, well, you gotta like make sure your credit's straight. You gotta have some money. You know, you gotta have people show you around. I don't think that has to do with God or anything. That has to do with me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The famous saying that people do not like look, especially from Miyamoto Musashi. He said, "Respect the gods and the Buddha, but never rely on them." People need to learn to have, self independence because, like, you are living. You don't know these people. You only just heard from a word of mouth because, you were born. When you were born, that's the belief your parents were, you know, converted to. So yeah,
Yeah, you get passed down things through introduction, which people call traditional shit. So I would ask people. I basically ask people like what they believe in to kind of know, and I already knew like what kind of God you pray to according to your religion. You know, first thing out people's mouth was, "Oh, I'm this, I'm that." I was brought up in the church. I'm like, church and religion have nothing to do with each other. First of all,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and if you are what you say you are, how come I know more Bible shit than you? Because I went to a Catholic boarding school, really, you know what I'm saying, back in the days,
See, I wasn't
and I always had questions. I'm like a scientist. I want to ask questions, and to tell me I gotta have faith is not an answer for me.
right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Like I just feel like, you know, if you believe what you believe, I'm not gonna knock you. But
Yeah, I don't care.
you try to stuff your belief into people's mouths, like, see, that's what I have an issue with, you know, cause it's like
What's up, everybody? This is Edward
Oh
back with
shit,
another
my
video.
bad.
This is another episode
it's all good, it's all good.
Getting on my computer and shit.
Yeah, cause like you know what I mean, like that's I would definitely say that was one of my problems that I had growing up, you know, cause my mom was part a part of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Uh,
Yeah.
my ex was a part of Jehovah's.
So you
My ex
already
is.
know.
Huh, I already know.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you know, when she fucked up, like they didn't really they just you know, they like to say disfellowship, but fuck that. Like you excommunicated, you know, one of your own.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And that was one thing that I learned, you know, when they try to pressure me into like, you know, giving these talks, you know, on like Thursday nights and all. Like you know, like I ain't gonna lie, like I actually I partaked in it when I was in high school, but now like when I was growing up and seeing a lot of, you know, a lot of shit, you know what I mean? Like I was just like, nah, I'm good. Cause like I see how you treat people, you know, when they fuck up. And then
yeah,
you have this thing about, you know, everybody's imperfect, but then it's like, how can you say that and then, you know, not talk to that person that fucked up?
right.
You know, it's weird. It was weird to me, and I had to stop. You know, I had to stop going to the Kingdom Hall. That like there's a Kingdom Hall like right down the block from me.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Hall, not in Vegas, but I think her mom was born in Utah or something like that.
Mm.
But I saw all types of holes in their shit. I
Yeah,
see types of
I
holes in
man.
even when I study Rasta, like I'm like, I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that I can't put myself with that label, right?
Right.
I can't I can't live through a deity.
Yeah.
You know, I can't. There's just a lot of things that I just can't see myself doing. I can't do it.
Right. Yeah. Because you know, one thing that I learned, throughout my life is that you know my body is you know the quote unquote church. Hey, what's going on, sir?
I'm gonna come in on the computer.
Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I got you, man.
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Yeah, I had to stop by, man. And you had a stream, man?
Yeah, man. Like I I mean, I did post it on Kuda's chat room. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because you know, I know there was a few people that needed to back the fuck up on what was happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's crazy, man.
Sir.
What's going on, man?
chilling
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
for a little bit.
Yeah,
I
man.
mean,
Like,
that Renaissance chick, man, is crazy, boy. Yeah.
Renaissance or Cat?
Renaissance, both of them, they crazy. And Kat was drunk. She was sauce.
yeah, she was def.
She was sauce from Platinum Stream early this morning. When I saw Kuda talking, you know, before she came up, it
Yeah,
was yeah,
bro.
yeah. I
Yeah,
saw his earlier stream this morning. He posted like for 8 hours. And I was in that stream like the beginning of it, you know, and then Kuda was talking about something, you know, it was about the female and those chicks. And then it led up to the drama. And I'm like, then he did an after stream. But see,
yeah.
I did an outside stream earlier when Ramil was on. So, you know, I was sky
Yeah.
watching.
Well, you know, I like to watch from the surface. I mean,
Yeah.
beneath the surface. Correction.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't like none of I don't like half of these skywalkers.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I I mean, I may agree and disagree with you, sir.
I think he
Oh
lost
yeah.
connection.
Ah, damn. Hold on, sir. I got you, man. I got you. Oh, he's back.
Yeah, I dropped out. I was doing something, but yeah. But like you said about those sky watchers, man, they crazy. They be watching everybody, man. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
they be watching, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even when I was done my live streams, man, I would see comments. I'm like, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
Right?
But I think
Yeah.
those are people. I think those are people from when I first started my channel, and I uploaded like a 20-second MGTOW video. I think
Right.
those might be those people. I don't really care, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't really like talk about this, but I actually got a subscription from Dr. Green Gorilla. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay. Thank you,
Talking about
man.
Green Gorilla. Yeah, Dr. G. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I'm
Yeah,
subscribed to
I'm
him.
subscribed to him. I joined this channel, but then I think I switched debit cards or whatever. So I think I forgot to go back and do it because I had joined a lot of people's channels, man, and their Patreons. But then I was like, I'm not going on enough Patreons, so I don't do the Patreon thing too much anymore.
Yeah, Patreon. They said it's bad, you know, for some reason. Some people don't like it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I,
plus I like looking at the live chat replay.
I
Yeah.
actually heard the dark side about Patreon, man. Like, I would say Patreon was pretty much 1.0 of OnlyFans.
Yeah,
From
it
you know
was at a
from the
time.
yeah from the sources that I you know that I looked at, I was like, oh
I
shit.
mean, you could still do the females can still do porn, but they charge the same amount like OnlyFans. But OnlyFans is kind of like a carbon copy of Pornhub and Hamster. Hamster didn't have the pay feature, but they do now. But all of them have it now. So, you know.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like once upon a time, like it really wasn't as what it was promoted to be as.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they were
Same with
actually
Snapchat. Yeah, Snapchat was
yeah
like that. And Snapchat was a social network, social media site. But then when they added premium only and no regular, you know, site, you have to have a premium. The porn stars ruined it, and they came from Instagram and all other places too. And Tumblr, is dead because of the P file situation
oh
because they
yeah
took them out the Apple. Yeah,
yeah I
they
do
have bounced
remember.
back. They bought by somebody, and they still fuck it up. I mean, you can't find no pictures like that.
Hey,
No, it's blocked. So
you know what's crazy? Cause like I mean I didn't even know at that time because like I was just following chicks that were my age when
yeah,
they were like
yeah.
posting
I
like
had an account. I think I cut it off in 2019, but 2018, that year when I used to work, and then I quit my job around that time when they issued that rule, in December. They issued it in November, but December they went on and blocked people. I cut it off around the summertime in 2019. I was still not in these spaces yet, but I was
Right,
around these spaces, yeah, but I was in other content doing different things, but I wasn't making content then. So I just
right.
came back in 2021. So I decided to make some because I've been in it last year being a panelist and a commenter, like a chatterbox. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, shit. I mean, I mean, I feel like I'm still new to this, to all this like manosphere shit. But it's like, I definitely would say like it's not it's not new when like the particular like controversial element that our people like to dwell on.
hmm
Like I was just like, okay. So it's pretty much no different than what you see like in your neighborhood.
yeah,
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. That's why I was gonna. That was the stream that I was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like the live stream or a upload or whatever like that. That's what
Hmm.
I was. That's actually what was gonna be like the topic. A little bit. I mean, it was not gonna be like the name of the topic, but that's pretty much what I was gonna talk about. But I'll see. I'll see if I get in the mood to fire up something, get my Zoom shit right.
I mean, that's definitely a topic that nobody doesn't touch on. Like, people like, bringing their like environments, politics. It, you know, it's just like, nah, bro. Like, what you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, be yourself. Like, has any of us talked about the politics that goes on in our neighborhoods? Not all of us.
yeah, not really.
You know, like people be killing me when they try to like conform their, you know, their hood politics on space, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Like,
Oh,
My
that's
lord.
bound. That's bound to happen though. To be
Yeah,
yeah,
honest.
yeah, of course. I mean, you know what I mean? Of course. Like I like to call them flat earthers.
yeah. I had to
Yeah,
do that off my channel, man. I can't have that type of content. It's enough of that already. It gets
yeah,
tiring.
exactly, man. Like, cause like you know what I mean? Like you trying to come up on this space, and you see that everybody else is like, you know, in tune with the cultural bullshit. It's like, nah, I'm good, man. Like, nah, everybody else is talking about it. Like, I don't need to be another parrot to be talking about what everybody else is doing, man.
hmm
And I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, people, like, some folks need to learn to stand out, man. Like, you don't have to talk about the same shit that everybody else is talking about. I mean, I understand that, you know what I mean? That is the hot topic of the conversation, but it's like, come on, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
The
it
Bucks
gets
just
you.
swept Miami, man. Like I
Oh,
predicted. Yeah, they in the semifinals, man. Yeah, I was watching the game. Even when I was on Cooter's panel that he just recorded, I put it in my watch later to see the replay. But yeah,
oh shit.
yeah, I'm watching the games today, man. Yeah, I'm just chilling.
Well, I'm glad I'm off Monday, so I'm
Yeah,
not,
yeah,
I'm
it's plenty of games Monday. Yeah,
yeah,
I know. Yeah,
I might do a little memorial, virtual shindig.
yeah. I think the Nuggets and Trailblazers play next at 4, the next hour. So it's on TNT, and the
Yeah, I
rest
know,
is gonna be on
I know
ESPN.
Nuggets.
Yeah,
I heard the Nuggets spanked the Trailblazers last night.
Yeah, they had to get some get back, you know.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that may go 6 or 7. But the Sixers, oh, that's tonight at 7 o'clock at ESPN. I'm gonna check that. That's at 7. So you know.
Damn, I'm mad. I had to go. I'm mad. I have to go to work not to see that game.
Yeah, you
It's like
know.
I need to know like if they're gonna make it to
Yeah.
the finals.
But the Knicks, man, you know, they lost against the Hawks. I've been keeping up with it. I've been talking about it on my channel there and there and not just the space as much, you know, because Ramil was going at it with Taz, but I meant to see that Zero. I've seen Zero's interview with Teapot, half of it, and then when Millstream came in, I had to go over there. So I'm gonna see the rest of it on the replay, what he said on the end.
When was that?
It was like a couple of days ago. Zero had an interview with Teapot. It was
Oh, I
talking
didn't
about
even. I didn't even know.
yeah. He had an interview with Brother X.
Oh,
He
okay.
said
I'll have to check
pretty
it
much
out.
the same stuff he's been saying, like women in the spaces, and then on panels and guys switch. Because you notice I didn't act up on it. I was just clowning with them, and then like they on some crazy shit. But when you go on someone else's, you hear guys switch their tones. They
Oh
talking
yeah,
all this wild
man.
shit, yeah. And Zero explained it. You know, that's pretty much the norm. But then I kind of agree with him on one thing. He said, one of his buddies in Google said, they gonna upgrade certain platforms, even though like if StreamYards or Zoom gets upgraded with these internet things, like you know, I said like the tech, everything gets upgraded when you add features to it, and people don't understand the politics of it. It's going to get better. You know, you don't have to worry about no gear and stuff. The gear is going to be smaller. They're going to make everything small, like the headphones, and you know how they do in sports. They have like a not just an earpiece, but a microphone on they suit jacket. And I said, how do they
Right.
get that to talk? You know, but that's going to be the future. No, that's going to be the future. And if you ever live stream, some people do it that way. And even in the newsroom, you know what I mean? You're in a newsroom, but you got a piece on your chest and then earbuds like the small, you know, but in the store would be expensive, but everybody will be stuck on the headsets talking to them, you know, wireless or the thing like that. But they're
Yeah.
trying to make everything wireless and smaller. So, you know, if you know anything about tech wants things small and comfortable for people. I don't know why, but that's just part of the system, you know. I mean,
Hmm.
it's good to have a what you say, a studio and things like that. But I've seen a chick that's a model, right? She had like 2 microphones sitting down like a post and talking to the man, right? But she's
Hmm.
well known in Instagram, and then she had like microphones back. I said, well, how the hell she got this set up? And I was shaking my head, and I'm like, damn, they killing these niggas, man. Having niggas asking weird questions,
Kuda
and it's
is
funny
right
though.
though.
Yeah,
Like Kuda is right though. Like about there's chicks that are really killing niggas with the equipment that they're getting.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
But the thing is, you have to realize that dudes will support chicks more than other dudes, and then you have to look
mm-hmm,
at why. Tits always win.
mm-hmm,
Hmm. Yeah.
So that enough said.
Mm.
If I
Yeah.
told the same thing to a dude, right? No matter
Right.
how harsh or soft I said it, if the same message came from a female, they're gonna take that because it's a female. They're gonna
mm-hmm.
take that type of shit.
Right.
So I mean, I ain't fucking mad.
I ain't mad either.
I mean, we've already seen it throughout life in general anyway. And if you haven't, then you're not looking hard enough.
But yeah,
Yeah. Oh man. Previous channel was whole lot of whole lot of capping.
yeah. When
Oh
Cat cammed up at the end, man, I want to see that replay. Man, I see why she was drunk. She was falling out trying to show us. I said, "What the hell you doing, bitch?" I'm like talking all this shit on the panel, man.
yeah, like I was like, oh,
Yeah, man.
okay, y'all saw me like camming up when I'm sipping my red cup. I'm like, shit, well, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on here?
Oh, I'll be camming up all the time drinking, but I probably get a little loud and belligerent. I'm still saying the same shit I would say if I was drunk. But the thing is, I ain't falling all over the damn floor.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
know,
and like trying to like, do some like yoga, yoga type like so yo so yoga type movements and all. Like, damn girl,
yeah,
what the hell you doing? Like
yeah.
shit.
That's the third time I've been on the panel with Renaissance Chick. I realized that I've been on panels with a few of these females, and I've noticed something like, yeah, I was like, damn, that's like 3 times. And then Kat, I done been on the panel with her probably twice, yeah.
Hmm.
With one we just been on, and then the one with they drop Anger Mandela. You see, I haven't been on panels with her before, but that's twice. So 3 times on Renaissance and twice on Cat. So that's like a record. And Topaz first time because I ain't never been on panels with her before. I don't remember on when I was over there with the Brain Trust because she was in the chat talking. So it
I've
was
been
usually
I've, I've
somebody
been on
else.
her. I've been on her panel.
Yeah, I ain't never been on her stuff like that before, but that's the first time I've been on panel with her with
What was Renaissance
Kuda
shit
and them.
talking about?
Not much. She was just talking like she normally does. When she first came on, she didn't have the
I've
proper
never heard her talk
headset.
before.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard her talk. The one who was doing the squeaky voice, like when we was in that live stream. That's my third time being on the panel with her. But
Yeah,
yeah, the second time she came up, they was asking Kuda. It was like that night when we was on the third shift. I've seen the replay of that. Like I came the next hour, that's when they dropped it down. That was the second time I was on the panel with her. I was tired. I was beat. And then I came back around the morning and hopped on for like 3 hours. And then, Angerman was upset with Jerome talking about his dead grandma, and he got tight. You know how it is. And you know how Jerome likes to play
yeah,
and troll.
man. It's like there's certain things you don't say to.
Yeah, you don't say, but Angerman gets tight a lot. He does that to everybody. But I've seen him done it on the Roger Report, try to take over a panel. A lot of people get tired of him. But nobody likes Angerman, nobody likes Obsidian, but that's what it is.
Yeah,
He has that reputation, but what's holding him back is just like Tommy. I don't follow him as much, but I understand where he's coming from. But being a leader of the space, that can weigh on you. I've seen that.
Who said nobody likes Angry Man?
like fuck that.
It's not many people that like England, but the ones that do like him, I've noticed is people. They're not members of the Masculine Mercenaries, but I noticed in the 2.0 they big him up. The Igmores big him up, But in
Mm.
Roger, they love him. You ever been to Roger? Yeah, they love him. They love him when he's on those panels. It's like he feels comfortable over there. Now Kuda is like up and down, right? Because you got too many rivals. But
Yeah,
Angerman, he's
I
like
noticed that.
he's cool though. He's cool on the panel. When I first got to be on the panel with him over at Kudas, and that's like he's all right with me, but I have no issues with him. But that's just how he rolls. But when he gets on smaller channels, that's where he gets fucked up with the trolls. That they troll him because they know he's vulnerable in those areas because he's safe where he's at.
Okay,
But
but
what he
okay,
does,
hold on. I gotta hold on. That's not his fault. That's their
yeah,
fault. You have to look at them. You
yeah, I
know what I'm
look at
saying?
them
Like
too.
like people who do that shit. Like I've noticed he don't really start the shit, but he's the type of dude that's gonna if you bring it, I'll bring it, and I may bring it even
Yeah,
more, and then he stops. Like I've seen him do it throughout the whole time I've been on YouTube. I'm not gonna
yeah,
fault him. I'm not gonna fault him for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
yeah. I'm
I'm
not
not. I'm
gonna
not a
fault him
dude.
either.
I'm not a dude who puts capes on for people. But I look at behaviors of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So if the first thing you're gonna do is jump on the panel and start popping shit, okay, I can be the quote unquote bigger guy and just not say shit. But if that's not my style, I'm gonna bring it to you how you give it to me. I mean,
Yeah,
that shit ain't cool. To mama piss
yeah,
on your grandma grave and
yeah,
all this bullshit.
yeah.
Like niggas will get murked for that type of shit, dog.
yeah,
I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
they do. Oh, they do. But see,
I
Jerome,
don't. You know.
I don't know what the issues with him, but I think I seen a stream with Big J. He said, y'all created him. I said, in a way, yeah, he could have been a fan and but sometimes I look at both sides what he does. Like I don't condone the stuff he does, but I kind of respect why he's like I want to give him props as a leader of 2.0 because he deals with so much. And I said, man, I couldn't even do that. If I was Angry Man, I wouldn't even try to go to the small channels, because they know they want his attention. It's kind of like It's
Yeah,
like I don't want to
exactly.
say like he's like Ramil or anything, because see Ramil's smart. He stay away from. He said I ain't want no problems. And everybody else, it's like he's stuck in the past. Like you know how BGS they used to challenge women and they got that from 1.0. Like you challenge people on certain topics, but he's right half of the time. You know, I ain't saying he's wrong. I don't agree on everything he says, but one thing I could say respect about him when I'm on the panel with him, like he has a point. You know, you have to really listen to him. You know, because
He's not an
when he told me
idiot,
about the yeah, and when he
you
told me
know.
about MOT, man, like I said, man, I didn't know he did that. But see, I didn't know at the time. So I had to learn about what they do on here, you know, besides
Yeah,
business dealings and stuff like that. But you know, I said, well, damn, I didn't know
I
they
mean,
do that.
look, I might get into my feelings a couple of times here or there, and most of the time I notice when I do it is when I got that ball juice up in me. But
Yeah, yeah,
I'm still the same nigga though. I'm still
yeah,
the same dude that's on the phone or in person. And my
yeah.
thing is, you know, I've always had a saying like the best way to shut somebody up is just to ignore them. And it's the type of
Yeah.
guys who don't know how to be like, okay, the niggas ignoring me. I ain't gonna get nothing out of them. If you want to keep coming at me, then that's what I'm just gonna let the horns out. Once you put the bull in the corner, what comes out? The horns. So I mean I get it, but you know to constantly do it, that is clout chasing.
Yeah.
When you constantly doing that shit and then you're making videos on people, and I'm not talking about one person, I'm talking about anybody in a
Oh
space, and
yeah.
you know, you're making videos. That's unproductive, dog. That's counterproductive. That
yeah. Like prime example. All right. So you know, like my label had to drop a few people, right? So of course, you know, they didn't feel they didn't like how they took it, but you know what I mean? Like the decision was like either let it slide until shit gets worse later or cut that shit off now. And you know what I mean? Like there was a lot of you know what I mean, there was a lot of like, you know, disrespect, you know, on like towards the you know the decision that was made in my label. And
Hmm.
you know what I mean? Like it's like, you know, it is what it is. Like, you know, if you ain't doing your part, like, you know what I mean, you can't be mad. You
But
know?
the one thing I have not done is made what you call an attack video on him. That's one thing, and I'm trying to stay away from. I just let him put his foot in the mouth. You know, like I don't agree everything what everybody does on here, but I understand where he's coming from. Because when you kind of represent a certain, I would say a certain version of the manosphere and the way he explained, but he has to realize a lot of people ain't gonna take 2.0 serious because every time the females when they attack, they put us all in one, but they so dumb anyway.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
put all
I
in
don't
one
pay them no mind.
category.
I don't tell you why I don't pay them no mind. When they do that, they don't understand how the space was found. I think Wacky broke it down very simple. Like it wasn't easy, but when the women challenged us and we created that, I mean, I ain't gonna say we created, but I remember that website very well. And then as soon as the years later, it pissed them off, but it didn't last that long because people didn't donate as much. So
right.
it was more to it. It was more to it. And like I said, certain dudes, it's kind of like what you're seeing now, but Zero said it the same thing.
I gotta
When
watch that.
the women came in, people start changing. They got away from the long paragraphs, and then they start, when the panels and chats came from Google Hangouts to this, that's when things start acting weird. And then X kind of nodded his head, like, yeah, I see a difference. And Art had to drop down a female that he knew, and I wasn't shocked, but I said he did the right thing. He said, "No, fam," he said, "I didn't do the right." I said, "No, dude, you did the right thing because she would have just she was
Right.
coming at him."
Well, that's what I
Yeah,
said. Energy matches energy.
yeah,
Yeah,
Even though Art didn't get loud, he still had power. The power
yeah,
of de-wrenching your motherfucking ass and then dropping your motherfucking ass, and then you came back with some more bullshit. Okay,
yeah,
cool. Let me hide you. No
yeah,
problem. That's
yeah,
power. That's called
yeah,
power.
yeah,
man. Like
yeah,
people, like I said this on my Instagram a while back. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't give people your power. Like that's you know what I mean? If you give them your power, then like you want to feel how you want to feel when you like give them your attention when they, you know, acting all dysfunctional and shit. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's like, bro, why you gonna give? Like, even myself, like, I had to check myself at times. Like, when niggas try to get underneath my skin, like, I'm like, you know what? Let me chill, cause like this is the internet, and you know what I mean. Like, people like to, you know what I mean, let people be themselves. You know, acting a
Yeah.
fool and shit.
Yeah.
Because like,
I just I just saw a T-Mobile commercial. This chick, they said never trust anybody with a service or network, but she is a fat white chick, right? And then she dressed up in some type of queen outfit. I'm like, what the fuck? And what why you was saying so? It resonated what you was saying, but I was like, damn, man, that commercial is crazy. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, man, like, you know what I mean. Like, I feel like, you know, human beings are going to be human beings. You know, you
They
know.
ain't
are,
that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Yeah,
but they are.
we're
I
so
mean,
com-
this is
yeah,
why. This is why when I was letting you know about what the black pill was earlier,
Uh huh.
you know what I'm saying? Um, that's what I that's the take on it.
Right.
Humans are gonna be humans. They're gonna try to be civilized as long as they can bend the world to their will, and then when they go out in nature, your animal instincts kick up, and then you're gonna try to bend nature back to you to be comfortable. But
Yeah.
people have emotions. People have them. So no matter how much you try to say, we're the men are the thinkers and we're the most rational, when our actuality, we're really not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because we think that we're male and we have this quote unquote alpha ability to
mhm.
do shit. Being a provider basically will make you more emotional than anything,
right.
because
Yeah.
you have it
That's
you
so
have it
true.
you
That's
have
so
a
true. I
it's
agree with
mine,
that.
this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, and you have that in the back of your head. So how doesn't that make you more emotional?
Mm, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that is so true. When you're provided, yeah, you're very emotional. It's a lot of ways to get emotional. But when you're alpha, I think it's that leadership. It's different. I think BJS broke it down. He said, they're leaders. I mean, they both, and I like how he said try to correct conflicts. He said, no, both of them are killers. He said alpha and sigma are killers in some way. Sigmas is different. You have a lot of sigmas
I'm a sigma.
in the community. Yeah, in the community, and a lot of people get upset. They say, "Why you got a lot of signals?" Well, a lot of them are loners, man. They understand how to survive. Survival. He mentioned breaking down to complex. He said, "Look, yeah, you got omegas and betas, but to me, I think they're very similar because they're weak. But here's the thing: they do kill. I think they all four things they kill. Like human beings, they have a tendency to kill. I don't underestimate a beta or a mega. You know why? Because in a blue pill world, he's accepted. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
in a red pill world, you could be an alpha or a sigma. I've heard a lot of red pills teach the sigma as well. Like what's his name? Red pill chauvinist. He broke it down and he said, I'm a sigma. And the way he explained, he's like a loner. Yeah, he helps the team sometimes. Sometimes you got to think for yourself because sometimes the team ain't always going to help you. Just like in sports, I talk about the difference between organized sports, like unionized sports, like the union, like corporations, like these national sports, and then you got these combat sports like wrestling. Thanks to rest in peace New Jack, he broke it down. They get paid similar, but the difference is they're on their own contract. You have to be your own star. Now, if you're like a bottom person trying to come, you got to make a name for yourself. The thing is, you can't let them tell you what to do because a business like that, you're on your own. But you can get medical insurance if you're that good. They give it to the best guys. They don't give it to just anybody. Now in the sports world, like in jerseys, right? They
Uh,
give you all that. They give you all that. And I've noticed that in corporations. They even told me on the job, they said, no, if you playing sports or organized or college, they give you all that shit. It's just
mm,
you got to be that guy. You know what I mean? It's a pecking order with them. But outside of that, if you're doing combat, you by yourself. It's like a Sigma way of
yeah.
looking at it in a business, but you still got to be responsible for your actions. And I understand what New Jack was saying because he walked the beat of his own drum, and he said they couldn't tell him what to do, and that's why he stayed that name for like a long time. Even though he died, rest in peace. I think he died with a heart attack because he was a cocaine addict once. but he took that heart medicine, and then he probably
And it
forgot to take it. He
triggered.
just died. Yeah, yeah, he's dead now. Yeah, him and Paul Mooney died. The same thing. Heart attack. I guess they knew they had their own purpose. People live here for different reasons, man. That's how I look at it because, I mean, you only got one life, they would say. So that's true.
Yeah, yeah, man. Like, shit, don't get me started. Like, I be thinking about at times, like, damn, like, if I go out of this world, like, what's gonna happen? Like, would I be in the next plane or something? Like, I don't know how the universe works and shit. But like, yeah, man, live your life. Because it's like you never know when you're gonna go, man. Some of the best like hip hop legends died at a young age. Like, man, it's just like it's no joke, man. Like, live your life to the fullest, because like your time is limited on this plane.
Yeah. I heard my man Jerome's gonna get like a new mic and stuff. He said, I'm gonna be killing this shit. I said, go ahead and do it. Do your live stream instead of just attacking everybody, because Shango got upset and did a stream. I don't know if it was by him and dealing with the internet and life. I think I said something in the chat nice to him. I was like, man, I've done been there before, while I was on the bottom, but I had to learn to grow. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that took me years when I
man.
was a teenager, but I think he's in his 20s. And I said, dude, the worst year in your 20s, you're gonna have to go through that, man. That shit's tough.
Yeah,
But when
like
you're doing this content, you gotta grow with it, man.
yeah, especially if your ego is potent at that age, man. Like, yeah, bro.
Well,
Yeah.
Shango's already had a channel before.
Yeah,
Mm.
he had a channel before.
Yeah, I
But he
just, as
snapped
a
he
matter of
snapped
fact,
on a live stream. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah. Well, I just talked to him yesterday too about that shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of motherfuckers don't know, man. Yeah, I could be behind the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't say a lot of shit because I'm like, people can pretty much hold out on their own. But I'm not gonna get up on a panel and try to defend or do this or attack
Yeah.
people. I don't like you. Like, I'll reach out on the back end. You know what I mean? I don't think having the live stream doing all that shit, but I can see why people would snap, because if I'm here to just be cordial, have a serious conversation, and you got a motherfucker that want to come in, act stupid.
Nigga shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I understand. If Shango did, he's like, yeah, I knew I snapped, man. You know what I'm saying? I showed
Yeah.
my cartridges. I shouldn't have done
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
yo, dog, I've seen worse.
I've seen a lot worse than that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't even think what you did even needs an apology. But like I said,
Yeah, I agree with him on
because
that.
I
Yeah.
walk around with a level of understanding does not mean I condone it or not. Right? The thing is,
Mhm.
I don't think certain things need an apology.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
That's
Sometimes
that's why I told him
that.
in that stream. Yeah. I
Oh, no,
told him
you're
in
good.
that
Okay.
stream. Yeah. I told him in that stream, and I said it happens to the best of us, even when I was younger, on of his age, I try to reach out. But I reached out him in the chat. He saluted everybody. I'm like, yeah, man. And they talked to him and Ronan and Gold Professor told him, look, that happens. When you're doing content, the will for yourself or whatever, people, wherever you're trying to do, you just try to keep a level head. It ain't easy because I've been there. I've been stabbed in the back a few times by one individual, and I cut him off and never looked back, even in the workplace. But what made me so black pill, people just ain't gonna change it. I can't save everyone. And I had to learn that real quick when I was working, especially
Mm.
here too, because I learned a lot by not trying to get emotional with these people. Sometimes I may troll a little bit and clown certain individuals. It ain't even that serious, And whatchamacallit, I told her, I said, nah, I mentioned a certain individual and, joking. She was trying to bait me and whatever. Like she said, do you know this guy? She was trying to play that game. And I kept laughing real hard because, boy, you have no idea. Because there's certain individuals that ain't gonna like you. I try to tell both
Hey,
sides of the gender, man.
listen, sir. I don't know if I told y'all this, but you know what I mean. This is semi unfiltered place, so you know what I mean. Speak your mind. Speak your mind.
So
Yeah.
that chick Cat has a channel.
Uh,
I
you know
don't
what?
think
I
she I
actually
don't
looked. I mean, she has a YouTube, but I haven't really seen
I
like
haven't seen a
content.
video, no content.
I don't I
Renaissance
don't I
don't
don't know her
either.
full name.
I think
Uh,
it's Karma's cat something, But she came in
cartoon.
my yeah, she came in my stream, outside stream, and it was like 6 out of the box. It was her and Queen of the South. I appreciate it when I said shouts out to them. But yeah, man, it's just like she was trying to. I think it was her trying to bait me pick a name, and stuff. I was like, well, I pick up a good one that she ever run into him, because I know how he gets down over there too. And I mentioned MOT. She said, I don't know who that is. I said, I thought you know who that is. I thought you know everybody in the space. I was messing with her
Oh
head,
yeah, I
and
do
she got
remember you did
and she
say
she she and she got upset because, see, you know how females do. If you know male content creators, I try to test them, see how much you move around in these spaces, because they eventually will come to your channel, over time. I've noticed that when I did live streams. I'm like, yeah, even
that.
on panels with them. I think that happened to Wacky once. He was on Mr. Research's, I believe, panel,
Hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
think that girl was named Julia. I said, I ain't never seen that name before. She's like, I said, what's she following him? She's like, she had a confession.
Oh
I forget the name
shit.
of that video. Yeah, she had a confession, about what was going on in the world. I think it was last year. I think it was last year. I said I didn't want to get on the panel.
Oh
Wow.
I don't know
shit.
what New was
I missed
saying
a lot. I missed a
last year. I
lot.
didn't know what you were saying.
Me?
Yeah, you were saying something in the chat. And I said, who is this girl? You said something off the wall. Like, I was saying something off the wall too. We was trolling, and I'm like, what the
Wait,
fuck?
last year?
Yeah, he had a stream, and the girl followed him from Mr. Research channel. I think it was, her name was Julia something, but she was on a panel,
Mm.
on his channel, and I didn't know who the girl is, but she was a black woman, and it's just
Oh,
like, yeah, it's been so many times I've been in streams that are crazy, on every side of it.
was she an
I've seen
asshole or
Angry
something?
Man. No, 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 no. She was
Oh,
decent. She was decent. She was asking him questions. He said, okay, he let her talk. I don't think you remember, but he had a stream with that girl, followed him from Mr. Research. He said, oh, okay.
I
You
don't
know,
I don't remember.
yeah, but I think her name was Julia something. It starts with, I think her last name was a J. She had a basic name. But
Mm.
I can't find that stream of his. I think he has it up.
He
Yeah.
probably has it on private, like just for his like members only, maybe.
No, he don't have a members only thing. He don't do that.
Oh,
That's Anger Man. Yeah, Anger Man, Minister Jack, they do that stuff. That's just to get their subscriptions up and all that. So a lot of people don't like that. But no, I watch it from the clouds. I don't have to join his membership.
No, Angry
I
Man
I, I
doesn't.
mean,
Well, Angry Man did. No, no, no. I think most of them are do the members only because it stops the trolls. But you can still
yeah, yeah, that too.
become a member, and then get rid of it to troll in the chat, and then they'll
Yeah,
just get rid of you because you ain't
yeah,
got no wrench. So I understand that part.
yeah, that
You know what I'm
part.
saying? I
yeah.
I, I do understand it. Once you
But
get
but I
big,
stopped
man,
watching. Yeah,
that's
Yo,
what
shout
happens.
out to Kuda sharing this stream, man. Big shout out to you, brother. Thank you,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Yeah, it's when you stop the trolls, it's a lot of things you can when you get that big. But he has a certain stat. He shows himself. That's why, and part of that is who he is. But one thing I could respect about him, like when I skywatch his content, I'll be like, he was saying some good stuff. Like recent. I think the KS. He talks about a lot what he's been through, and he had an old string. He had another string. They was roasting Kevin. And I was like, well, damn. But see, they know him. I've
Right.
seen Kevin in chats over at GCs and on panels a few times. I said, yeah, I've seen him. I never spoke to the guy, you know what I mean? But he lives in my state originally, Georgia. He's
Yeah.
currently lives in Georgia. So he lives in Atlanta. So I can see where his apartment is. So, if I ever bump into him and if he probably seen our videos, you know what I'm saying? He knows the avatars, the dude be watching too. Like he knows your voice. You know how people know your voice, and if they hear you enough, that's the weird thing about it. On the internet stuff, that's how they
Yeah,
get you. And I
yeah,
think Sabak
yeah.
said it best. Hebrew Israelite guy. It was a white, I think a fan or a fanatic. Heard his voice and saw him on the street. He said, "I seen you on YouTube." He said, "What the fuck?" And he got shot. It was in New York. He said, "What the fuck?" He said, "That damn YouTube." He said that years ago. This is before we had this type of format, and I learned that, and that's what happens when you're popular in these spaces like that or certain sectors,
Word?
and yeah, yeah, you can be careful and stuff, but people just walk up to you. I said, don't walk up to strangers like that. He might knock your shit
Yeah,
out.
man, because like you
Yeah,
never know, because like most of these dudes came from the hood and shit, like, and they had to dealt with shit in their environment. So it's like I don't know if you want to approach them like you really know them. 'Cause, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
because I mean, I be cammed
They
up
put
all
a
the
lot of
fucking
shit.
time. I wouldn't be
yeah,
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Well, not Vegas wise, but if I went somewhere else, and people, oh, I remember you, but I don't know if I'm on enough for them to remember me. But I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
they'll know your face, your icon, and your name, but they'll forget the name, but they know a face. Some people know your name, some people know your face, but if you come to like the state of Georgia, like the city of Atlanta, for example, oh yeah, they're gonna know people from the internet. It's just most people love the net more than they do in real life. I mean, they talk to people, yeah, you get the girls and everything. Some of the Vegas, like any city, like they're gonna know you. Now, small cities, not so much. You're good. You're kind of safe, outskirts and all that. But when you get to the city, that's when they kind of, be asking, but Kevin, he be in the city like that, but I know he probably moves around Hollywood back and forth because of that money. But if he does get big, he always gonna have a place here in this state and in Atlanta somewhere. Cause yeah, he lives in the same state that I do. So I just realized that. I said, well, damn, he's in Atlanta somewhere in the city. She lives in Decatur, and they said Smooth lives in Gwinnett. So I live in Cobb County, so we all know where we at. So, and that's what she was saying. Yeah, yeah, we're in the state of Georgia. I've been in Georgia for like decades. I'm originally from Tennessee, so that's the first time you see celebrities in that city. Because when you see the events in Atlanta, you will actually see YouTubers. You may see people from Hollywood that has a second home here.
Mm.
It's weird. Just like Vegas, they do the same thing. They're stretched out. They overseas too. You see overseas that's famous. I said, did I know
yeah,
this motherfucker from YouTube? I'm like, but if they know you, if you ever get big, they know your voice and your icon. That's the scary
Right.
part because if you ever get big, I understand. Yeah. You have
But
to
it
have a
also
certain
depends on
level.
what you get big from,
Yeah.
yeah.
which could be the difference of the meat itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a few dudes around here, man, that actually live out in Vegas. They'll be in the chats.
Mm.
I won't be surprised. Yeah.
I met up with one. I'm supposed to meet up with another.
But that gold professor, man, that was cool. And I
Oh,
think Zero said great build. Yeah, he said great build in the comment. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Go Professor came over. You know,
Yeah.
he was kicking it for a few hours.
Yeah. But Roger, he be having those panels, man. Like they praise Anchorman. That's the only place that Anchorman feels a lot safer. Where I've noticed. That's just my observation. I know he's safe in other areas like Kudas and stuff, but Roger and I hate to say BGS, they be on the same panel. It's like the whole All Star team is there. Ickmore's right,
But
and
safe,
he's
safe as far as what though? What do you mean?
like, how people try to, threaten him and stuff. He always talked that to me on the Kudas panel and stuff like that. Because when I was on previous panels with him, he talks about the things that he goes through as a content creator. And I really listened to him what he was saying. I said, okay, I didn't know all that. He said, yeah, they
Oh
do
yeah,
you doing shit all the time. But the way he explained it, I listened. I was like, okay, I see where he's coming from. And then the way he said about the goofy shit, he said it's just not just that individual. It's a lot of them, and I
yeah,
see what he's talking about.
yeah.
It,
There's
it
a
makes me it makes me look at it a little different. Yeah, well, go ahead.
yeah. Oh, no, I was gonna say there's a dude that used to come in his chat. He knows his name or some shit like that, but he has like 100 accounts. He'll just come in and people getting rid. You see the mods just getting rid of the motherfucker. And then right after that,
Hmm.
boom, boom, boom. So he's logging in. It's like, yo,
Hmm.
you have that long to sit there, make like 900 accounts, and then come in and keep coming in, and then you're super chatting shit.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga, you got no life when you do that type of shit.
Oh
You
shit.
need to be murked. Yeah, fuck it.
That's worse than the Ramil streams. I never understood the troll in the super chat. Now, if you troll in the chat, that's understandable in a nice way, but coming at people's family, man. I mean, doxing is a form of hacking. I hate to say that, like when you know someone's information, that's all it is. That's just another name for it. You
Yeah.
really blackmailing somebody on the job. Yeah, people do get killed from that doxing. That is documented. That happened to a female, what's her name, Asian McGowan, and these idiots blame it on this space, like the 1.0. They had to take that for some years, and they fought it off and said, "Nah, that wasn't us. That was that motherfucker, man."
Right.
But I think there was a game dude that what Wacky said we defended the most was Temple Christian. He challenged those feminists, man. They did not like that. I'm gonna say that on the panel on the third shift next time on food. I say, yeah, I'll ask them, do they know Temple Christian? Because I've heard that name before. I never follow his stuff. I might check around if his old videos is up, but I know he's not on YouTube anymore.
Oh,
And
he's not.
somebody in self live stream asked me about Black Pride. Black Pride was probably one of the first guys that had like a SYSBM concept, but he didn't agree with MGTOW and everything because he was so old school. He was an old Gen X, but he did have an Ethiopian wife. I would say and engaged. He was engaged to an Ethiopian. Thought he was gonna marry her, but then she got corrupted in America. He cut her loose. He said, I ain't having that." He was a cop,
All right,
as a
so
state trooper and a military. So yeah. Go ahead.
so quick question, because like I never really like spoke about like you know YS YSBM.
Oh, SYSBM.
No, I know what it is. Like save yourself, black men. But what's your take on it, brothers? Because you know what I mean. I've heard about it. I did agree and disagree on on what most brothers like you like why they go like save
They
themselves and want to
they
go
they
overseas
they
and shit.
travel for marriage for the most part. They teach eugenics. I do know that they strongly believe that. Then when it backfires, they resort to the other stuff. And Kuda said about the sting god, yeah, but the eugenics is the worst part. This is why AF, like, he criticized them the most, because a lot of them wasn't really former members. Like MOT, for example, they said when he joined that group, he got way more toxic. That's when a lot of people started cutting their way
My
from him.
bad.
But AF was saying that in his video, and I was watching. I was like, he was going in on them. But the guy, the leader of it, he's not even part of the manosphere. Now I know he's part of the other side of the manosphere, but Zero broke it down. He said, he said it very vividly in that interview. He said, I'm gonna stop calling them the white manosphere because you got niggas over there. When he said that, I laughed. And I said, thank you, Zero. I
Yeah,
said that in the
you
chat.
know what? That is possibly true.
No, yeah, no, it is true. It's a
No,
lot of
yeah,
them over there.
yeah.
Yeah, they come
You know what
over.
I
They
mean?
come over here. Yeah, but
Who you
see,
talking about,
SY.
sir?
I was talking about SY. He asked me about SYSBM and the members. I said the main members was Mad Bus Driver, the Joneses, SKC. You got a lot of them, but everybody else came later, like GC and yeah,
if I consume correctly,
yeah.
I believe Dr. O'Neill was talking about that too.
Yeah, he was, but he wasn't like the biggest
Like
member.
he
But
wasn't,
he was
yeah.
he was around. BJ, they were run, but they wasn't the original member. The original members is Mad Bus Driver, SKC, Kirky Jones, and that G guy with the Darth Vader mask, and Sigma Jones. Man and Tomorrow and that other guy Trey, they wasn't in it. They came later because the way AF breaks it down, they came later because at that time it was fairly new in the few years. Because see, the MGTOW thing kind of wore itself off, and they want to try something different for the black man. See, the Igmores is based off that as well, because the reform part, and I think Big J criticized him. He said, "What happened?" He said, "Why have y'all not reformed the young boys?" And I think I mentioned that in the stream, and then it's dead silent, because
Like as
the issues,
like
the issues on like feminism issues. Yeah, they don't talk
okay,
about that. They don't go in depth. And
like
What
BJ
is?
as
like,
Wait, hold on. But what do you mean when he talk
yeah,
about
like what do
reform
you
the
mean
boys?
about like, reforming like the young bucks?
yeah, just like, laws, like things to change and like that. I understand the criticisms of the Igmores. They have a different way of looking at it. They always talk about the gynocracy, but his criticism is when it comes to the actual children, when you feeding this stuff, to him, like, like the relationship talks. Are you gonna complain about women all day? And he hit a nerve, and they didn't respond. See, when you hit a nerve to these guys, when you actually listen to them on panels, before Arta Newstyle took that girl down, they was on that tip, but then they was forced to when she came at him. It's kind of like a test, but they all represent that.
Yeah,
Arta hit more. Yeah,
yes,
Well,
that
the thing
yeah,
the
yeah,
thing is the first fucking word in there is introspect. That's yourself.
yeah, yeah,
So once you get some type of value of yourself, then you can reform yourself.
yeah,
right. Yeah,
So I mean, that's how I would have answered it.
yeah. But they didn't want to answer that. It was a simple question. It's
Well,
like,
they can't
it's
answer it. That's
yourself.
why they can't
Yeah,
answer it.
yeah,
Just like I can't answer. I can only answer what MGTOW is to me, but I can't
yeah,
answer for nobody else.
yeah.
You know.
It's pretty much your own interpretation on how you
yeah,
took.
yeah.
Yeah,
But the SYSPM, that's been answered by that leader. He breaks it down like it's simple. We talk about a little bit of everything, and I think they date out. Passport Bros is different though. That's a whole different.
and
I don't consider them.
here's the
I
thing
don't
about
consider them SYSBM. I mean, they believe in the concept, but if you're an actual member like Mad Bus Driver, he don't use the manosphere as a thing. And I agree
as a
with Cooter on
crutch.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah. He don't. He told MOT don't bring that political shit in there trying to kick out Trey MBD. Let them decide that and shut him up real quick. I was in that stream too.
You
That
can't kick
incident happened.
nobody out of a fucking idea.
Yeah. No, they have a group. No, this is their group. He tried to force Mad Bus Driver. He checked his ass and told him, "Don't bring that politics shit to my group. I made this group." And he said that to
Oh,
him when I
really?
was in the
Oh,
chat. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, remember that building incident in the DC, and they blamed it on
okay.
Trey. And Trey's still mad about that to this day. You know how it is. They be fighting each other about politics all the time. Him, fantastic. I can go on and
I
on.
don't really
And
even pay attention to that shit.
it's true.
you
It's
know what's
true. That's
fun?
what they do, man. Yeah,
That's 13th grade shit to me. I'm
yeah,
46 years old. I ain't got time
yeah,
for all that shit.
yeah. But that
And
SYSPM stuff, they have their own mission. They don't get involved in political stuff. If you notice, they talk about what they talk about. But you got
mm,
individuals that talk about politics. That's what hurts them, like them two right there. They don't even fit it. I mean,
yeah,
even though they agree with the concept, but they don't fit the group. You know what I mean? That's why Passport Bros and them, if they believe in politics, they told them, you go over there. You may take the name, but you're not a member. You know what I mean? Because they have a membership. They have an actual membership.
Yeah, fuck
They
all
actually
that
do
shit.
stuff. But that's them. But that's them though. That's
Yeah,
them though.
if that's their group and that's what it is, but I've
Yeah.
seen too many people come out keep saying SYSBM and fucking bad reps. Just like in anything else, Itmore
Yeah.
or MGTOW, SY. You got bad reps out there. Oh, I'll just go SYSBM, and it's like, yo, it's not. You keep putting it on bitches. I'm like, y'all some blue pill motherfuckers, man.
Yeah. 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 I
or,
agree.
or we would, or we would say, you've been bitch broken. you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad that they could complain about that. Then they
Damn.
complain about. Then they complain about what AF's doing, but what Wacky said, he's pointing a mirror at those guys that's getting exposed like that. It's not just a manuscript, this particular manuscript, but he knows, and the reason he's center right in politics, he's beating the conservatives that are actually so-called right wing, but a lot of them are a bunch of liberals on the low, and they just like to fight a lot, and that's why he got these groups in
you
2.0.
know
Yeah,
what? Yeah, yeah, cause like I ain't gonna I'm not gonna hold you. Like when I started getting into like the whole politics thing, like yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I was on the wrong side of the tracks until like, it took me like some realizations on like what was going on around me, like, gas prices and whatnot. I was like, oh shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was an eye opener on, like just to see like the current events on what happened like 4 years ago,
yeah,
because like at that time, like I was like I definitely would say like I was blue pilled in the political area, until like I realized like what was going on and shit. You know.
You have to be black pill in politics, man.
Mm.
Yeah,
So, in other words, impragmatic.
yeah. That's the
Pragmatic,
best way to be.
Pragmatic.
pragmatic.
Yeah, pragmatic. Yeah. And to be pragmatic, you have to understand how things work. Sometimes I be in I think BGS streams a lot when he talks about he don't talk about domestic. I don't talk about it either, but sometimes when you're trying to educate someone, like if you used to work with people that dealt with that, like in an industry, like a corporation or organization, it's a certain type of order, you know, and you have to
Yeah.
move different too. Yeah. See, online, you it's kind of like I hate to say it's like theater, you know, it's more like theater, and they try to think it's normal, but no, everybody's got their own sectors of that. Like outside of the manosphere, you know, you already got a right wing sector, you already got a left wing sector, you have a middle sector, you know, but AF is representing the middle sector. That's why I don't consider him on the left, because no, he's just pointing a mirror on you guys for where you're acting, you know, especially with the film. He's got a balance of both. You know what I mean? Like even though he
I'm
supports the
gonna say
content,
that.
yeah,
Like it sounds like what I mean. He's more balanced instead of like choosing like which
yeah.
side.
Yeah, and the
Yeah.
reason he don't go on people's panels, I'm gonna tell you the secret, and they get mad at him when they try to interview him. No, he's a journalist, man. Like if he's in journalism and writing, that's a
Oh yeah.
different ballgame.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like mainstream. Yeah, yeah. I stay away from guys like that, you know. But I never been on panels with him, but I understand what he's doing. So he ain't trying to break down no space. It's just like Ty C say, as long as you have a manosphere, men gonna flock to it. You know, it depends on what you want. You know, I learned this second channel for like years and got something out of it. Now I'm looking for something else, you know, for enlightenment for one. That's what I'm basically here for. Yeah.
Yeah.
And see what I need to change or what I need to do. But you know, but I know what it is. So, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
cause like at the end of the day, man, it's really all about like self improving yourself. In your own right of your livelihood.
Yeah.
You know, cause
Yeah.
like people get lost in the sauce trying to find like find solution by following somebody else's footstep instead of like applying the message that's being said from the messenger.
Go back to what I was
Instead of like following their own path, they choose to like follow other people.
Yeah.
You know,
But you know,
yeah,
some people like to worship
yeah,
idols and things like
absolutely,
that, you know.
absolutely. And it all stems down to what we three brothers know about. How that syndrome. You know, but
Yeah, man.
yeah,
I said that earlier in the stream. Why you want to go mainstream is just gonna tear people down. You know, they
yeah,
already want
and
to put us in what you call it, the what you call the alternative
now
media. You know,
like
they already got a sector.
yeah, like now, like if I like okay, like if you're like, one of these content creators that's not about the bullshit and what I mean? Like they, like I would say not like being signed to the mainstream, but like a
Hmm.
partnership.
Hmm.
Instead of like, you still have control of your content. It's just that, they're promoting your shit, you know.
That's not a good look, bro. No
Really?
matter no matter how you trying to rationalize this space being mainstream, ain't nothing good would come out of that.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
I mean, no,
Nothing.
don't get me wrong. Like, there definitely will be like, there definitely will be like some like okey doke shit. You know,
Think about it, dude. There's already okey doke shit now without it being mainstream.
true. Not,
That's all I gotta say.
no, no,
Yeah,
no.
It's
that's
not
real.
a good look,
Yeah.
dog.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm the
I
youngin.
think.
Like you the OG. So you know what I mean? Like,
It's not even about that, bro. It's about looking at how much fucking time do a lot of these content creators take to go through quote unquote mainstream, like social media, TV, all that shit, right? So
Uh-huh.
if you agree with the shit already being programmed, you know, the programming to program other people for dumb shit, why would you want to fucking put this space into dumb shit?
You know what? I actually thought about that too when
A 10-year-old could figure that shit out.
yeah. And you know what? You know what, New? And I'm glad that you actually said that because like I actually did. I actually thought about this like once I heard about it the last time I was on it was either Kuda's panel or Platinum's panel about the mainstream. And I was like, I don't know, man, because like most of us prefer to be underground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of, like,
They
you know,
talked about that this morning over at
being
Platinum's
pimped.
open chat. Yeah. He talked about it, and Kuda was on the panel, and somebody disagreed when it was Golden Child and Ricardo, one of his mods. And I agree with him too. And I told him, and what prompted me made that self stream earlier while I was sky watching Ramils and have it on display. I was talking to agree with him. He made a comment. He said, how many people that help people with channels, and he said like that in the chat, and then I responded, I said, no, I built mine from the ground up, just like I did my first channel when it was lost. He said thank you or something. He said finally someone that that agrees with me that you build from scratch. Well, a lot of people ain't gonna do it the work. So I did it for years. I didn't get 1,000 until like 2019 when they start watching my old content. See, I've been on a hiatus. I watch my views and subscription go up. That's really the trick. You just step away from it for some years. People fuck with your shit.
Yeah,
Things
and
change. Yeah,
it's pretty much like a mature, like it's pretty much like you were a caretaker of when the tree was like little. Now it's like on its own. You don't have to nurture it any longer because it could take care of itself
hmm
in a sense.
I think I've
yeah,
been I think I've been on YouTube as far as it, just having a YouTube account through Gmail or whatever since what, '09 or some shit, but I didn't make it a channel till what, 2019. And only certain people knew that I had an actual channel. I didn't go around promoting my shit. I'm not going on panels to get help and do this and do that. Like people don't want to put in the work, or people would fucking go, to people's chats and then super chat them or cash app and be like, "Oh yeah, he's cool. Go over there, do this, do that," and it's like, just do it yourself, man. If you do it yourself, you won't have nobody, when they try to get up in your business, yeah, I helped him do this. I help him do that. It's like, look, I don't need your fucking
Yeah,
help.
yeah,
no,
and
Like, is it cool if I post a link? Like post my shit in your chat? All right, cool. But
yeah,
I'm not gonna give you money to promote me. If people like what I'm saying in the chat or on the panel, they'll subscribe themselves. And
yeah,
I believe you should build your own shit so that you are the only one to either destroy that shit.
yeah.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
why I
Stop
told.
asking
That's why I
motherfuckers to
told.
build it for you.
Yeah, I told that to Ricardo Rodney. I told him that in the chat, and Platinum Lease before stream when Kuda made the after stream. I talked to Ricardo in the chat. I said, "Yeah, I built mine from scratch up. If he watches my shit from back then, how I built it when I this is like my second channel because my first channel." It was a little different. It was a copyright type channel because back then in '07, this is before Google administrate their power like in '08, and this is where things started changing. They start controlling this shit. See, they had it in '06. They let us have our fun like the old 5 days, and then after that year they asked me about the monetization. I turned it down. I didn't want to be monetized because monetization, that's another way of controlling you and shit, and I ain't trying to be like that.
yeah,
That ain't
I,
lucrative, you know.
yeah, like
But
when I
but this channel, I just made it
mhm,
specifically for myself, like I want to do something different. I was changing it on the first time. I made a mistake, but I trusted one individual. We thought we was boys, but he was a plant. So I had to cut him loose. So after that, I went up from there. And then 2014 trying to find a job. When I stopped making content, my last video was the Punic Wars, and that was it. And after that, I came back and I think I did a video on utilitarianism as a self pre-record on the phone. And then later, I started doing live streams in April and try to experiment with something. So yeah,
Mm.
so I've been consistent. So
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to be at. Like just trying to be consistent, like one day at a time. Like, whenever I'm on whenever I'm live on here, like, you know, like either if it's like, what I mean, you know, just playing music or just making music or just like, what I mean, interacting with the people in the chat, because like honestly, like I don't knock the brothers that that ask for contributions and donations and all that. You know what I mean? Like I'm not knocking that. You know, but
right.
with me on the other hand, like what I mean, I like to do this like by myself, like on the ground out. Now, this ain't to say like I won't turn down like people like wanting to send me like donations and shit because like Logos the Third is like my pretty much my music production company. So like I'm trying like to get like as much whatever income like from different revenues. You know what I mean? Just like to help my production, to like grow and adapt.
Yeah, I mean that's good, man. I mean, do your music, man. It can take you far. Like there's certain people that used to be artists. You ever heard of Bunker? He did music. He does a lot of stuff on his channel, and he met Doom and those guys when they
Bunker
were.
TV.
Oh
It's
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I do
He did.
remember. I do
Yeah,
remember. He was in your chat. Like I do remember.
yeah, yeah. I subscribe to his stuff, and he used to be in music and stuff. He know a lot of people. He moves around, so he knows Doom and those guys and grew up with him and told those stories. But I seen his videos about he did a tribute to him, and I told him like, yeah, rest in peace to the villain, man. But you know
Yeah,
how that is. Yeah,
like that right there, man. Like that hurt me. Like like when I got home from work, man, and I saw like everybody saying R.I.P. to MF Doom. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like yo, like I was just like, damn, son. Like what the fuck is going on? Like I shouldn't be hearing like like niggas that I grew up to, what I mean, passing, what I mean, at 50? Like shit, man. I almost lost my fucking mother this year from a fucking stroke. Like, I'm like, nah, B.
yeah. There's a lot of people we lost this year too. It's a handful, but Paul Mooney, man, that dude was a legend. He
Oh
told them
man,
jokes. Yeah,
oh, that
he,
that hurt me. That hurt me so much because I remember watching his stand-ups on Netflix, yo. Like that shit had me fucking weak.
hmm
Because his humor is dry and it was dark.
It was both dark and dry. Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
stained. It's stained, and white folks
yeah,
get
it
mad at
really
him.
stings. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
hmm
he left like a mark. Like, yeah, it'll heal up, but it's still there.
Yeah. Yeah, the way he treats white folks, man, they be walking out of those audiences. That's very true. He said that too, and then he told a story about the white guy on Freedom the Speech TV radio, and when they had Dick Gregory, he broke down the white comedian. I forget his name, but once the white guy did the joke right, and to the white folks, I think it was booing him or something. But when he did his joke on stage, white folks started pointing, and he said, "That's his joke." They figured out he was saying that in the interview, and I shook my head, started laughing. I said, "Well, damn, the power of his writing, that pen." So, he wasn't fucking around.
Yeah, man. Like, the pen is mightier than the sword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like your tongue is symbolic as a sword, man. It could cut people deep, depending on how you use it.
Hmm.
You know, it's no different. It's no different than a gun. You know, like
Portland got 38 and Denver's got 36. It's a decent game. They trying to tie it up. Okay.
mm,
Yeah, I'm watching it right now.
what's your prediction, man? Like, do you think Sixers are going to be at the finals?
Yeah, that's my prediction. They're tailor made, man, because they got those two Laker players, and if they beat the Wizards tonight, because I don't see the Wizards winning. Like Westbrook ain't got nobody. I mean, Embiid is just he's
Mm,
massive.
yeah. I mean, this is also related to what Kwame was saying, man. Like, you got players that want to get off the bench, man. They want to let loose.
Yeah, yeah. Kwame's on a different mission. He ain't trying to worry about no Mansfield or mainstream. He just
And
exposing them for what they are.
yeah, and
Th-
you know what? Like, I would, I don't even knock him. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, cause like he could be sitting in the sidelines and seeing our channels and seeing the fuckery that goes on. So it's like if he's dealing with, what I mean, former teammates that he played with, you know, what I'm saying? It's like, nah. It's like I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He got other shit that he probably wanna, sprinkle mama's cooking on, you know what I'm saying?
mhm.
So
Yeah, man, because he exposed what they were and how they threw black boys under the bus or black men. And that's done designed on TV. But in the sports, it's even worse. The
yeah,
athletes, the rappers, yeah.
yeah, man. Like, I tell I tell young artists, like, what I mean, go independent. Cause like it's better it's better to do shit from the ground up instead of like, relying on a label. You know what I'm saying? Like to be exact, a mainstream label.
Hmm.
Cause like mainstream label, like they could fuck you over and blackball you.
Hmm.
Like prime example, Freddie Gibbs. He was a part of Jeezy's camp. And then
Hmm.
when shit went south, like he got blackballed. But he
Yeah.
he rose up.
Yeah. He had some hot songs. I like Freddie Gibbs. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Out of
Like,
Indiana. Yeah, out of Indiana. Yeah, he's cold.
yeah,
I
cause
bumped one of
like,
his joints. Yeah.
yeah, man, like like niggas like Gibbs, man, like you're gonna see like out of yeah, like you're gonna see like out of the 1% out of the 99 like that actually persevered, because of their their mental, how they fortified like their mental, man. Like this nigga went through a lot of shit, being stuck in Austria's prison. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
bruh, it's like you know what I mean? He's the living testament of survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my former rap partner, like he put me on to Gibbs. Like whenever we were about to like hit these like coast to coast shows, man, back in
Hmm.
2013, like yeah, man, like I was just like, yo, Gibbs ain't nothing to play with, my nigga. Like
Yeah, ain't nothing to fuck with. Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Like come on, man. Like you see how he dissected Jeezy on Real on Pinata? Like I was like, God damn.
Yo,
Like that.
Rashawn, I gotta break out, dog.
Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead. I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
through.
yeah. All right, peace, sir.
All right, peace, new.
I'll holler at y'all later on.
All
All
right,
right, man.
man. All
Peace.
right, later.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
man.
man, like there's certain people, there's certain individuals or a group, you know what I mean, that was a living testament of what they went through, bro.
Yeah,
A living fucking testament. You know, like shit.
yeah, man. Like, yeah, I just came up here and I knew you was live, and I think I was in the chat. Salute you in the earlier because I said it's the first time been on your stream, man. Like, you know.
You know what I mean? I always want to bring good vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, of course, like, you know, people gonna be themselves eventually, you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean, I'm always, you know what I mean? It's about good vibes, you
Yeah.
know, and about building, and you know what I mean, learning, you know, some tech shit. You know, of course, like I would like to have Kuda as my co-host for Channel Hakusho. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Cause that's the guy. That's the guy, man.
yeah. I mean, I don't really need a co-host, but you know, I always go over there, you know, just to support, you know. I always be in the chat a lot when I started out, but when I started out, I've been on a few panels ever since then. So I have more fun in the third shift than I do anything. So you
Yeah,
know.
leadership is where it's at, man. Like man, like I'll even say this to Kuda, man. Like, yo, son, you really thinking about going mainstream, bruh? Like, to be honest, man, like we the underground.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
he has a music background. He's cool with ARF and those guys, and he always talk about what he mean. Yeah, to see what it is, but if he doesn't like it, it's always the underground. He'll be like what Devin Wade was, and Devin Wade was cool with Gilly, right? But see, Gilly was in mainstream, and he does an underground too. But they're competing with each other in podcasting. And I think Devin wanted more money, and they wasn't gonna give it to him because they have a big name brand. They get all the celebrities and the big time people. Devin didn't do the same thing. He's just an artist. He don't need them. You know, he has great content. That's why I always bring him up.
we
Yeah,
talking about Devin the dude or
Devin Wade, like
all
the he was a
right, all
DJ,
right.
but he's like an artist. But he was cool with Gilly and them on that show. That was a great show until the split. It was over money. You know how that is.
You know what? You know what? I'll definitely take it as an instant consideration, new. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like just you know, I need to learn to hold my own as a host. But it's like sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I like to have like that, you know, like the partner. I'm more of like the silent partner. You know, I'll have my inputs here and there, you
He
know.
said you don't need a co-host for something. Yeah, yeah. I'm the same way.
But like, yeah, like you know, there's definitely going to be times where like, you know, I could do a show dolo, you know what I mean? And there were going to be times where, you know what I mean, like, you
I've
know,
done a few of those. Yeah,
yeah, you know, just to be like just to be balanced, but not like to rely on like, you know, doing the shows like all the time and do less shows with like with a co-host, like just to have like balance it out. You know
yeah,
that that's just me. You know what I mean? Because like I said, like I like to play the the silent partner.
yeah, yeah. It could have been like what 4 hours in. Like I came in the 1 hour mark. I know he did an after stream and he had the link. I was listening in. And I said, let me hop on, see what the drama was about. I want to see a restream of that, and then I'll do zeros. And I'm
Yeah.
looking at a restream right now with the one I missed. Like it was like 6 hours. I came on the tail end of it. So yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm catching up on what he's doing. So you know. Yeah, he's back and he's been in more car wrecks than anyone. That damn
Yeah,
DMV, man.
like when he told me that story, when he told us the story, man, I was like, God damn, nigga. I'm like, and you see the wonder why? Like, I prefer to have a fucking bicycle. Like, these niggas are crazy, B.
Yeah,
Like, especially in Long Island, man. Like, if you thought the city was crazy, nah, come to Long Island, bruh. Come to Long Island. Like, I don't give a fuck what some of these city folks gotta say. You know what I mean? Like, if you moved to Long Island and you see the way how people drive, like you gonna be like, fuck this. Like, I prefer the city's traffic than LI's. Cause like, man, like if you ever come to Long Island, sir, man, like just know this: Long Island is a different realm compared to like New York City itself.
I see.
Yeah, yo, like yeah, like Black Wolf, like yeah, Long Island is dope, man. Long Island is dope. But it's like the same rules and policies apply over here too, man. Cause shit, I mean, I may not hear on the news, but like shit, it's like gotta check in. Certain parts of Long Island, you know what I mean? Like definitely gotta check in. But there's some parts of Long Island that is nice. You know what I mean? If you really got that money, you know what I mean? You'd be alright. I also would say this, like anywhere else, Long Island is segregated as fuck. And it's
Yeah, I can
prejudiced.
tell. Yeah, I can tell those Irish and those Italians, but the Irish is the worst. And the way you told me that story, that's like Boston. My dad always tell me that about Boston. Them racist Irish, man, them rednecks. That's what they are. They're
Yeah,
trash.
bro, like, yo, like, you know what I mean? Like if you go on their side, you completely outnumbered. But if you go on like certain villages in Long Island, like that is
Oh
diverse,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah.
you know what I
And I
mean?
think
Like
I, I think Brooklyn, it used to be black, but I think the white woman took it over from Seattle, didn't they? Like it's more
I mean,
gentrified.
it depends, cause like I remember like years back, like when I went to Brooklyn, cause during my times, um, my uncle was an author at that time,
Okay, black boy. Yeah.
so like he like we stopped at his boys' crib, cause like they used to have like a hip hop network called Hip Hop Route 88. He was one of the guys behind the scenes and all. So like we went to one of his friends' crib, that was in Brooklyn. That was pretty nice because like what I mean. Like I would say like in Long Island, I mean technically Brooklyn is in Long Island, but like there's certain spots in Brooklyn that is nice, and there's certain spots like what I mean. You gotta take precautions.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot Brooklyn's in Long Island. What's the difference between Staten and Long
Well,
Island? What's the difference?
staying in Long Island, like we're like I'll put it in like martial arts terms. Staten is
Okay.
like they're pretty much like north from us.
Okay.
Yeah, like they're on the opposite side of like Manhattan.
Oh, okay. Staten Island. Okay.
Yeah, cause like we're like I'm like southeast
I
from
see. Yeah.
yeah, but like we're totally like the polar opposite, from
Yeah.
one another.
Yeah. Staten Island, I heard some great things about that area, even though Wu Tang's from there. They call it the Shaolin or some shit. And it's funny too how they in their music. That was talking about Staten Island.
And Long Island is you know, Wu Wudong or Wu Tang. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like we're southeast from them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think some come from Staten Island, Long, and Brooklyn, all those two areas. But I think LL Cool J's from Long Island, and what you
Well,
call it?
in a
What you call
sense,
Eric Sermon from there.
Eric Sermon is from my side of town. He's from
Yeah, that's
Brooklyn.
what I'm saying.
Like
Long Island. Yeah,
LL Cool J is from like Hollis. He's from Queens.
Hollis. He's from Queens. I forgot
No,
because
correction. He's from Jamaica, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah,
But
Jamaica,
he's from
Queens.
Hollis. But yeah,
Okay.
like he's in Queens, which is also in Long Island. Cause like
Yeah.
once you cross like the Nassau County border, you
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
you right in
That's about
Queens.
right. Yeah, that's about right. So Long Island, you got Brooklyn, Queens, and whatever borough there is. Okay, so you
Well,
got
Queens and Brooklyn once upon a time was a part of Nassau County. You know,
oh, okay.
like they changed until they changed and became like part of like part of the borough of New York City. You know,
Okay.
back in like my grandparents' time. Oh shit! What up? What's good,
What's
Yo,
buddy?
going on?
yo, what's up? What's up? Uh, man, just got out of a job interview, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
Oh
great.
man, how'd it
yeah,
go?
so, yeah, but hey, I got the job, so I start Monday.
You don't seem too enthusiastic about
No,
it.
'cause I'm tired as hell, bro. I had a headache getting here, driving on the fucking highway.
Oh, wait, what part of Jersey did you go to for this job interview?
I'm in Newark. I'm by the airport.
Oh shit. Damn.
Oh wow, that's way rough. Yeah, that's definitely
Hey,
rough.
hey, I'm used to it now. I'm good.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. I remember like taking the Asian bus, like going back and forth to Delaware, man. Like,
Woo.
sheesh.
Yeah.
Hey, all I know is that paycheck's gonna feel all the more worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's all that counts, man. As long as you put it into something like you really love to do, man.
Oh yeah, like I'm chill now. Like I had my whole week was just sleeping and working. Now it's pretty much gonna be nothing but work.
Oh man, I feel you on that one, man. Like that's really pretty much been been the vibes. Like I just been like dictating like should I quit this side hustle, and just like, be a full-time producer, but then like, I don't want to fuck
Yeah,
up chances. You
I
know what I
know, I know exactly what you're saying. I know
mean?
exactly what
Yeah,
you're saying.
man. Like you feel me? Like cause
I
shit,
know.
man.
Now, I'm like, cause sometimes I'm like, man, I want this. People want to see. I want to go to New York way more often than I did. But then it's like, okay, but do I have the resources saved up to even try to quit my job? And it's like,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that's pretty much like the question. Like, do I have enough resources like to say like I like you know what I mean? Like I probably want to like move into like some of these spots in Dix Hills and shit or like Huntington Station and whatnot.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like sad. Like people like for the listeners out there, man. Like I said, like Long Island is expensive to live unless you have the financial freedom like to live like in these hilly parts, man. Because like I live in the valley of Long
oh,
Island. Woo,
Oh wow. Yeah.
yeah,
woo.
I
Yeah,
think
man.
Wacky said certain parts of Queens is cheap, not the Jamaican Queens. I think he said something about cheap the last time we did a stream. It was on my channel, and he broke it down. He's from New York. He said, "Oh, okay, I did not know that." You know, but other parts he said, "Yeah, but stay away from
Yeah,
Bronx." I said, "Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
man. Cause like like there's
I was I was in New York City for like a weekend and a half. That was a pain in the ass just for parking and driving. Like my cousin
yeah,
damn near killed somebody.
so
yeah,
let me ask you a question, Wolf. You've been in Long Island. So what was the difference in the parking from New York from the city and Long Island?
Well, first off, you actually find a place to park. Sec-
Uh,
secondly, secondly, there was secondly there was a space to park, and thirdly, there wasn't too many cars in the way. So that was my experience. I,
Exactly. Exactly. Because like a lot of people who lived in the city and haven't really like stepped outside of their habitat, like there's people that came from like the boroughs and living out here.
it's
Like,
heaven.
yeah. Like it's fucking heaven. They don't want to deal with like finding parking spaces and shit. And like can't forget, like, you got
I can smoke my weed and no one can ask me for a hit.
yeah. And you know what I mean? Like it's you know what I mean? Like you have a lot of space in Long Island.
Man, that's the same. It's the same as like if you lived in Newark and you moved to Morris Plains, it's the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
uh, like I've been in Morris Plains for about 2 years, and after living in Miami for 17 years, I'm like, man, I'd rather be here. I'd rather stay here. I'd rather die here. I don't ever want to go back to city living. Like no more of that shit. Like I'll go to visit, no problem, but living there, hell no.
Yeah, man, cause like, you know what I mean? You gotta have one hell of a net worth to live out there in the city, man.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Man, cause like
I
I
speak.
remember I remember doing my like my adventures when I was in my 20s, man. Like just doing these like just supporting my man's doing these shows. We
Yeah,
were in parts in the city where like what I mean they were like the apartment complex be like, bruh, be like, whoa, how much you think like living there would be? You know what I'm saying?
Probably
Like,
wasn't even worth it.
especially if you buy the Hudson, my nigga, like Chelsea area,
Whew.
yo,
Oh,
bruh,
yeah, I know. Must have been what, 5,000 a week.
bruh, bruh, man, like,
More than that.
yeah, I would say more than I would say like nine, yeah, like 9,000 or more.
Damn.
Especially if you like right near the water, like right across from like Jersey City
Okay.
in West New York.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're gonna be spending some bread.
bro, son. Like I was thinking about like yo, I want to move to the city because like this shit is where it's at. But then I was like,
Nah,
maybe
nah,
somewhere down
nah.
the line.
That's what you feel like.
Yeah, yeah, cause like I'm an island nigga, man. Like I've been to the city like plenty of times, like as a youngin, and like going to the club scenes dolo, like bro, like it's just like I like it, but it's like nah, I'm good at Long Island, cause you know what I mean.
Nah, I want to go back to. I gotta go back to New York City because like I didn't get a chance to hit the club yet. But like I had never been to a New York club. And like,
Okay, so
I
I'll
mean,
tell you this, man. I'll tell you this, cause you know what I mean. If you go on a Saturday night at SOBs, I would say particularly 7 or 8 o'clock. You'll have like a Brazil night. You know what I mean? When they do like, the rumbas, the rumba music, all kinds of, Latin music.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Until like, you know what I'm saying? Like they have like reggae versus soca night or
Oh,
reggae
okay.
versus hip hop night.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's fucking pandemonium. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
That's
Like
dope.
House used to be where it's at until like they closed. But like
Oh yeah.
if you go like downtown Little Italy, like one of you go to those like Soho area, like they got a lot of hidden spots over there too.
Where should I stay away from?
Shit. I would have to say take precaution on all of them because
Damn.
there ain't no promises unless you know what I mean. Like if it's like I don't know, like if it's like an all white party, like yeah, I definitely say stay there.
Damn. If it's all white, it's all right.
Yeah, if it's like an all white party, yeah. But I definitely would say also another spot, La Marina too. That's also like by the pier, like
Ooh.
going like pretty much going towards like Chinatown, like around that vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
Like that should be jumping during the summertime. But I don't know since Corona. But
Maybe,
that's
maybe I
that's
should.
another spot too, you know. But
I
Man,
understand the
I
triple
definitely
double.
say I definitely say like try every spot in the borough, man.
Hmm.
yeah, I need to get out of. I gotta get out of the state. I gotta get out of here a lot more. It's like I'm too bored.
In Newark?
Nah, I'm like no, I live in Morris Plains. That's like kind of the dead end area for New Jersey. But I mean,
Oh,
I try to go to EO, but like my job's the way it is. My schedule, I don't have. Everybody does everything in the evening, and that's all the jobs that are available is evening jobs.
right. Right.
Well, hopefully I find something full time and I can start doing that.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just telling like my coworkers, they're younger than me. I was like, yo, just look at this job as a stepping stone. You know what I mean? You may not like the bullshit that's being played at this job, but like just think of it as this. It's a stepping stone until like another door of opportunity opens.
Facts.
You know,
You know,
like you know what I mean? You gotta pick and choose your battles. You know what I mean? When you stepping in corporate, you know what I mean? Cause
oh
like
Lord.
yeah, cause you know what I mean? I mean, to be honest, I hate it. I hate it because like you're not fully yourself. You're only like
You're a robot.
yeah, like or pretty much like code switching, you know.
Oh, damn. I feel you on that.
But the good side about it is like, when I'm with my coworkers, it's like, all right, cool. It's like, you gotta make sure you have like a click at these job sites.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts there.
Yeah, man, cause like, you know what I mean? Like if they been at the job longer than you, like they could put you on game, like do's and don'ts. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, but that iceberg slim joint you did, that was good. I really I messed with that one.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Like it was like it was like one of those like rock Marciano feel. Like to be honest, like I wanted to put some drums in there, but then I was like, you know what? Nah, like I haven't done like one of those like instrumentals without like the usual suspect instruments
Mm-hmm.
that a beat maker does and all. And I took and I adapt to some of that, from Rock Marcy's like productions. So
Okay.
like, so I pretty much like evolved. I would say, yeah, like I evolved my horizons on like boom bap. You know
Boom
what I
back.
mean? Have that like like that that East Coast, but yet like that slide like player shit.
Okay, I got you. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the next one, try to do like a jazz joint because I'm a jazz head and I'm always
Oh,
looking for new
I
jazz.
definitely will, man. I definitely will. I definitely will. Like, I mean,
Like some with the trumpet.
I have plenty. I have plenty of joints. I actually have a beat that I did the last 2 weeks. Like so I definitely got you, man. I definitely got you on the jazzy tip.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
man. It's like one of these days, like a lot of us gonna have to start connecting because like we all of us too cool not know each other personally.
This is also another side story to my manager slash CEO. See, like I used to listen to his mixtape back when I was like in my early 20s, like when I was working like an office job,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And like me and him clicked because like I told him like straight up, like what I mean, he wasn't on no like boozy, some bougie type shit.
Mm-hmm.
So like we started becoming friends like online, you know, until like I would say like this year, like I met him for the first time. Like, what I mean? He's that's my ace right there, man. Like that's
I
yeah.
know, I know.
Lee, if you watching this, bro, what I mean, you my guy.
Uh, yeah, let me get out of here right now because I gotta watch my GPS.
Yeah, man. And I gotta shut this shit down, man. I gotta get ready
Okay,
for this
man.
presentation. I'll
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
it
be back
was
on later
good chopping
tonight.
up with you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Likewise.
All
No,
right.
no
Likewise.
Peace.
problem.
Likewise. Please. You know what I mean? Like this,
Yeah.
this, this right here. This space is the barbershop. So feel free,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
All right,
Appreciate you having me
no
on,
problem.
man.
No
Likewise,
problem.
man. Thank you. Thank you, man. Thank. I like to thank both of y'all.
Yeah, I had after I had took a shower, but I already knew I was sky watching, and I said, let me hit the link because I saw new up here. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna hit it and just chop it up with you, because after that after stream over Recruiters, man, that joint was crazy. I'm still gonna watch the replay and see
Whew.
what really happened, but it's crazy though. But I was on that panel though.
I
Yeah.
think like I think my memory banks already like have like the highlights of like what the fuck happened. We went
Paper was
like
big, bro.
to eat an ass
Yeah.
to to
The
Oh
something, the
God.
sexual positions, the sexual
water
positions, and
dripping
then
down,
and then I think it was 3 against 1 against Cuda, and then Platinum came later, and I think when we was about to shut down, finally cammed up, and then she was drunk, and everybody started laughing emojis. She kept spinning around. I'm like, girl, go to bed. He tried to tell her, go to bed.
Yeah.
bro. Like I couldn't watch it. Like I seen bits of it. I was like,
Yeah, I
nah,
know. I
nah.
know. That's what happens every time you have two or more females on a panel. I
Hmm.
don't. They just. I don't know what happens. They just take over and start talking about stupid ish.
Yeah, hey man, you this is an unfiltered space, man. Go ahead, speak. Speak how you feel.
All right, look. All right, this is my thing. Kuda is a cool ass nigga. Right?
Hmm.
No, I
My
I fucks
brother,
with
I
Kuda
fucks with him.
Kuda heavy. Platinum, he's my nigga. Like that's my dog. And Ism, I got mad love for that brother. But whenever they have females on the panel and they just let the girls start running their mouth, it literally gets to the point. It's like, dog, you gotta take them down, man.
Yeah, I know.
I
They
I
gotta be
do
like Art of
give
News. I
it
mean, not Art
platinum.
New Style. He took down this one chick that he was cool with. I saw the other day, and I need to see the restream. But she came at him, and then he took the wrench. He said, "That's the first time in history I ever took someone's wrench and took people down." I was like, I tried to tell him in the chat, "You did the right thing." He highlighted my comment. He said, "Yeah, man, I ain't trying to do that." I said, "No, man. Me and New tried to tell him you need to stand firm what you believe, man. Like you're a man first. You got to show it. No, like this ain't no emotion. We just did it." That's what you
I
got to
mean,
do, man.
there's nothing wrong with them being here, but I think at the end of the day, if it's considered a male space, like the men still have to have priority.
Yeah.
Like if we
Yeah,
on
I do
if you
agree. I
have like
do agree. We should all like follow the same basic priority. Why we are here.
yes,
Like, I mean, it's like, what I'm saying? Like, it's no different than handling business in real life. You know what I mean? Like, you want, like, it can't be helped. You know what I mean? You're gonna have women on this space. You know what I mean? That are either up in the clouds or beneath the surface.
yep, or just jumping on the panel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a woman from nowhere.
Yeah, man. And like the sad thing is, they want us to flirt with them, and it's like, the girl, we don't even know you.
Right? Like, what I'm saying? Like, as much shit that we peep, like, throughout the years of, like, the whole Me Too movement, it's like,
Yep,
you still gotta tread carefully.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't say, you can't be blunt. You, and certain words might trigger, a certain female that might, like, had a flashback of, what the fuck happened to them,
yeah.
you know?
And now you on the hook for some shit you didn't even try to do.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, like, yeah, like, besides this spaceman, like, I don't know if y'all familiar with Tiny Chat, like, that's the same shit over there.
Hmm.
Like the same shit. Like, you get into these like black rooms on there, man. Like, it's the same shit.
Yep. Ugh. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind them being here, and I don't even mind when they're on the panels. My only problem is when they take over the panel. Like
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
now
my issue.
that's when it becomes a problem. That's where it
Yeah.
becomes
Yeah.
an issue. And I have seen, and I did when I was on Platinum's panel. Like, I did see him. Like, he had to, like, all right, now you fucking tripping.
Mhm.
like,
Yeah,
like now you in timeout. You know?
he'll do that. He got
Oh,
no
he'll do
problem doing
that. Yeah. Yeah. He does that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say it like this. Like, Cool is my guy,
that.
and
Mhm.
I would say like it. It's his level of tolerance.
Yeah,
what he takes, because like that's like some Zen like shit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, he mastered a whole. He's on Super Saiyan God level with his patience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and you know what I mean, and that's that takes a lot of practice, especially like you trying to be a host of your of your channel. You know what I mean, and what you represent. You know what I mean.
Hmm.
It takes a lot of you know learning how to master your emotions, man.
Oh yeah,
Cause like
yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm
He did what he
saying.
had to do. Hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, some of us may have gotten that lessons from our uncles. Some of us had to learn from falling on our faces.
Facts. Facts. No,
Like
one thing though, but they were trying to go ahead about playing the music, and I was about to super chat. Play this song before we go to. Let's
Yeah, I
go
saw
put it
that.
on
I
blast.
saw that. And then they
I
ruined
was
it.
like,
what? And
And
you
she
know
wouldn't
what?
shut up.
I was like, don't let
Yeah,
me do
like
that. I ain't gonna do that.
yeah, like you executed perfectly before he like sent the link for all of us to, join in the panel.
Yeah.
So yeah, look, I applaud you on that one because I was like, you know what? Fuck that. Yeah, man. Then we get my request in too.
Like my thing is like I cash apped him and I super chatted him well before he even started joining his panels, and these chicks coming around it's like, oh, they don't appreciate us. I'm like, Cat, you never super chatted one dime to the nigga.
Like the only chick that that cash app him. Hold on,
Ugh.
hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for
Oh
Uh,
man.
man.
Right, right. You know what I mean? The introvert has to be a funny ass nigga at times. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you have to. You have to. You have to. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
See, you know what I mean? Like we're not one of these, simp army, that hide behind the avatar. You know, there are some men who have confidence on what they look like, and despite what God gave them, you
Yeah.
know, you
No,
know what
I
I'm
ain't scared. I'll call myself a werewolf any day.
saying? you know, it's like how you use what God gave you. You know what I mean?
Yes. Preach, preacher.
You know what I'm saying? It's what you is how you use it, man. Cause like
Yeah.
shit, some people, you know what I mean? Like Kuda got the natural gift of using his mouthpiece. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he
But
does.
you got other brothers. You know what I mean? That have that mystique vibe. You know.
Nah, I'm a bear hunter. Like, I guess my philosophy is if I see a girl, I'm pissed off already. If I can't, it's like be at that level so she can't fuck with you.
Sometimes you know what I mean. Sometimes, and he's right. I will say this: you don't want a friendly chick.
No, ain't
No.
nothing worse.
It really doesn't. It really does not work. You know what I
Uh,
mean?
Gat was trying to talk that issue to you today, and you saw you said something about young lady. I laughed. I said, "Uh oh."
here
I
we
was on the
go.
panel. Yeah. He said, "Young lady" or something. I started. I was like, "Damn." She said, "Don't go there." Then she kept on going. I was like, she was drunk. She was sauce
Yeah,
until at the end of the
You know what I
stream,
mean?
man. Oh my god.
I, I would say this like you gotta tread carefully on what you say. To certain age groups of the ladies on this space, man.
it's
Like
not just. it's not just that, but it's like y'all know we know each other. Like
Yeah, like we kicking it. So like, why are you feeling it so way? Like, if the shoe does not fit, why the fuck
let's
are you
quit.
trying to wear it?
Like, cause I can name on one hand the amount of dudes that came on a panel drunk. Like there hasn't been one in a minute. I came on some panels high. I ain't gonna lie, but but,
I
I
seen a
can manage it.
lot of drunken streams, so don't get me started. The individual I was kind of cool with, he had a lot, and Kuda be picking on me. I was like, Kuda, you should have gone there. I tried to tell him, stop amping me up, man. Damn. Well, it'd
To
be
make me
funny
drink
as
another
shit.
one.
Yeah.
Like,
And he
do
tried to tell
this.
me, sir, if he says the E word again, just drink another one. I did in a way, but they said they jumping me. That Rose Scholar live stream was a classic though, but I don't know why because when Fantastic called him that Kuda was playing with his stuff, like the tech stuff, he was
Yeah.
ignoring them. He said, I know what that was. I was there at that stream in the chat. I said, oh my God, they coming at him. And then the second time they tried to jump him over that Lucario incident. And he said, you see, we got you. They were so mad because they got bullied on there by Tommy.
Yeah. Oh
That's
no,
some
that was
funny
their fault.
shit, man.
That was their
They
fault.
still
Like,
mad about that. Yeah.
cause like Kuda, honestly, I think he puts too much on his shoulders, and he doesn't understand. He's kind of asking a lot of the space right now,
Mhm.
because he's basically telling us that we need to become our own organization, and it's like, bruh, the leaders have to show up first. Like the ones that like we have to get the leaders first. Then we're gonna go to the equipment portion.
You
Because
know,
believe
and
I know before I start my channel, I gotta have a microphone. I gotta have some equipment because I want to have a show. Like I
yeah,
want sound effects.
and the question is like, who's sitting on the throne?
Angry Man right now, but I still say this is Angry Man's spot. I'd say Kevin he was an anomaly. It's when we get that
Yeah.
second one. That's when things really pop off.
Yeah. Anger
Mm,
Man's been here longer, but the thing is, he'll come around. Like KS is just one of a million. You gotta see what he does the next 2 years. Anger Man's gonna be right behind him, and
Oh
there's gonna be
yeah,
a handful of guys. Yeah, it's certain people's gonna make it, and the ones who want to choose underground, they'll help, kind of like in the background scenes. But eventually, you'll see an alternative media side competing against mainstream. See, mainstream ain't got no answers for the underground side. So if we do go mainstream, have control of it, yeah, we'll have some form of dominance. Because
oh yeah.
sometimes they got to share some spot. They have it in a mainstream sense, and it's all this these guys, and then when you start getting fans and fanatics, yeah, that's when your stuff gets up. And I've noticed that in these spaces. But Kuda knows what he's doing. He had a music background, and that's what's really helped him. And the one
Yes.
reason I've kind of subscribed to him and look at his old streams and learn about it. See, last year I should have subscribed to him because I didn't know his third strings was lit like that. And I'm like, well, damn, I didn't know this fun like this. I'm over
Same
yeah,
here
thing.
arguing with about politics and shit. I'm like, and then I'm over here. I'm like, I ain't never had this much fun in a space like that. I'm like, man, you meet all types of people.
The one thing I would say is like what we're kind of experiencing right now is a mainstream underground split, like just like with hip hop. For a long, I would say for a good 10 years, the real rappers were in underground hip hop. Like if you were a fan of mainstream hip hop and you
Hmm.
knew at least 10 underground artists, you laughed their ass off the stage because you'd be like, man,
Hmm.
they ain't no real rapper. I'd be
mm-hmm.
like, I play some Little Brother, play some Jay Electronica.
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Chili
saying?
Yeah,
days.
yeah. If you play, yeah.
play some names that can really spit and do some and have talent with it. Because when these mainstream cats came back, I don't know if you remember, but like Lil Mama, she went to New York and she stood on stage and she started rapping, and everybody booed her off the stage.
Hmm.
And it's like, yeah, because your lyrics suck, girl. Like you're not a rapper. Like you're a glorified R&B artist at best.
Yeah.
And uh, and look where
So
she is now.
stopping.
Mhm.
Hmm. It's
Like
just like
Nicki, like Nicki
It's just
Minaj was
like,
an anomaly. Like,
yeah,
but when I know they talk about Remy Ma, so she changed female rappers. Like, nah, if anything, Remy Ma killed it faster.
yeah.
And you
She's
know
a battle
what,
rapper.
bro?
Yeah,
And I also wanted to mention this. So, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Nicki done a lot, but it's like you also gotta remember like who came before her. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah. The battle rap rapper females I've noticed
You
in
had
that
Lady
era.
Luck.
Yeah,
You know, you had Lady Luck, uh,
yeah. Battle
E.
rapper.
Gray, Rob Digger,
Rod
uh,
Digger.
you know what I mean? Rhapsody.
Hmm.
You had Little Kim, even though they did a
Little
little
Kim,
battle
Foxy
rapping,
Brown.
but those Foxy Brown, all those females they did a little battle rap, but the ones that actually was on Smack and then got known and helped mainstream artists, that's when you said, well, damn, they got talent. But then nowadays it's more what they call it, the URL caffeine. But I watch different battle rap leagues now. I follow them. I still follow them to this day, and they talk about stuff like that. And then Philly was hot at once upon a time. They still got it. But this is why I like $1 million worth of game. They talk about a lot of artists popping, young artists, and they promote. And then
Yeah.
Devin Wade from Jersey, right? Even though he lives in Philly along next door with Gilly and them, like his show is popping with the podcast. And the way he's done it as an artist and likes the anime, the video games and the toys in his collection. If you watch his shows be lit every Tuesday. It used to be Tuesday and Saturday when he did the podcasting and during the COVID thing. But I like Devin Wade more than I do $1 million worth of. But I like both of them. They both have different stuff from the table. Devin talks about real stuff. Gilly talks about places like Philly, the stars, and sports, and balances out because he's with Barstool.
Well,
But yeah,
let me ask you this. Like, do you see New York taking back the hip hop crown? Because hip hop
We
was better
already
when
did.
New York was leading it.
We already did. Upstate is take. Oh,
I
upstate
mean
is taking over.
upstate, but I don't know about the rest of New York because I wish all northeastern rappers could listen to down south music, even though it's their own style. And I kind of blame certain DJs, but Mindset said it best on like if you want to be that guy, you gotta have that talent, because a lot of them do the drill now, thank goodness. But that
Mhm.
southern music for a time, that's what hurt them, But that drill
Yeah.
music is saving them,
Yeah.
thanks to Chicago. Let's
Mhm.
all the top 5 markets, like the whole boroughs, right? And there was a interview with what's his name, Cottonmouth with a K. He broke it down, and the guy broke it down to him. He said there's 5 top market cities in the world. It's New York, Dallas, and Atlanta, Chicago, and the whole Bay Area. He said those are top 5 markets in selling in drill music. And nobody fucks with Chicago, but they do fuck with Dallas because Dallas is hot all the time. Atlanta's all the time because of the entertainment. But New York has all the rappers doing the drill scene. I mean? They all in that market, just like the Bay Area. You want to see talent and artistry. See, LA and them other cities, they get put on by other cities that's better than them in talent.
Yeah.
But Dallas put
Miami.
all those, Dallas put all those Texas cities in the map. And he told the history of Dallas because they've helped a lot of artists. You wouldn't have heard about Slim Thug and all them guys because Houston rappers was begging to get on. But that's
Yeah.
why Houston's the way it is. But Dallas will always going to be respected because it's a respectful city, Cowboy City, Deep Ellum and all that. And that incident, like that was his cousin. And they broke it down like, also, well, damn, I didn't know all that. But that's the history of Dallas, what they was telling me. Dallas is one of them villains is, people get shot up all the time if you're an
Yeah,
outsider.
and
Yeah.
Miami got
That's anywhere, really.
Miami got
That's anywhere.
lucky.
Really. I'm not saying that, but that's anywhere. But rap is the way it is. I mean, you got New York, you got other cities that still popping. People still listen to it. New York is fine, as long as they got a
Miami
market.
like Miami had like a good
Good
year
run.
run
Yeah, great. Yeah,
with
great
Ross
run.
and
Yeah.
Khaled were like when Ross Khaled fuck, what's that dude's name? Trick Daddy.
Yeah, Trick Daddy.
Like, like when they were on and popping, they had a good little run, but the talent's not in Miami.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
after hearing a few of these dudes like trying to do some of these songs, it's some of the worst pieces of shit I ever heard in my life.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's getting bad
I'm
now.
I'm looking at these niggas like, are you really trying? And then when I heard the Christian rap scene in Miami, that's popping a little bit, but
Hmm.
they were even trying to do the exact same thing, and I'm like, are you guys fucking kidding me? Like this is the same shit I don't want to hear. Like I didn't want to hear this from hip hop, and y'all brought it in. Like, like
Yeah.
part of the reason why I can't, like, I'm still a Christian to the day I die. Haven't been to church in years, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
Like a lot of a lot of the Christian rap. The reason why I stopped listening to it is because it's the same thing. Like there's nothing different about it, and that's
Oh
what I missed.
yeah.
That's what I loved about New York. It was all different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And New York kept following Southern rap. That's what hurt it a little bit. But the drill scene is what's helping them right now. That Brooklyn drill, that's about damn near it. And but battle rap's got them. I'm gonna tell you this: battle rap's got them. They got
Oh
the battle rap scene on lock. I give
no,
them credit with that music.
you
They
you
fine.
can't say battle rap out of New York. It just
Yeah, it's
it's
that's what I'm
a
saying.
different
Like
thing.
just the whole Northeast, not just New York, Philly, Jersey, the
Oh yeah,
whole region. Yeah, that's going to save them. You know what I mean? Because if you go where the market, see, New York's got the big market, the media market, the politics, the music,
yep.
incredible shit, man. Like people still want to go to New York. And that's all I hear all the time. I see them a lot in Georgia and Atlanta. They always play some of their shit because it's intertwined because you got a lot of transplants in the state of Georgia. Now I'm like, why y'all coming down here because of the cheap housing? I said, yep. And then they always go back to New York, celebrate and stuff, but
You have
that's the
no
way it
choice.
is, man. Yeah, they have no choice. And I see them a lot when I used to be in Tennessee when I was in high school, in 2000s, and I used to like the Diplomats and all that. I got CDs from DMX
Mm-hmm.
back in the day when I was younger, man. Always listen to shit.
Damn.
I listen to Southern rap, Scarface. I listen to ones
Okay.
that had classic, yeah, Ludacris and them. That's it. But I never liked the sorry Southern rap like that is now. That's trash. But the drill
Yeah.
stuff, it's the Chicago drill I like the most. But Brooklyn drill's okay. I'm cool with Dallas and Brooklyn and Chicago drill. Those are the ones I like the most. Now the Bay Area drill's a little different for me. It's strange for my
Yeah.
taste. So
I can't do
yeah.
Bay Area.
Yeah, the only Bay Area music I'll tell you is the hieroglyphics from the underground. I like them. They have some real
Okay.
shit that I like. Yeah, I always like their shit. Dale and them, they consistent. They travel. They did something overseas, and they travel. They still got it. At their age, but they got new guys too. But I listen to Doom. My rap palette is so different. I'm so underground with it instead of mainstream. It's only a handful of mainstream guys I really like. But I listen to other
Same.
genres too. Yeah, I do reggae, I do jazz, I do classic house and electronica. That's why me and Kuda get so along. He's most cultural, so I like his stuff. I'm like, all right, this is a channel I fuck with because he's well versed in his music. So
right,
And
right.
go.
you probably see me try to compete with him a few times with tracks because I'd be like
Yeah,
trying to drop
yeah,
some gems on him, and he'd be like, "Yo, where did this come from?"
yeah.
Like,
I can
I got
tell. I can tell. I can tell. You,
uh,
Dusty, see that right there. I could talk about music all day that I grew up listening to. Jazz. My dad's got every jazz artist that he ever listened to, even the ones with Miles Davis, Dizzy
oh,
Gillespie. Yeah, he can go all
ooh,
day. Yeah, he's a jazz head. He's a big
Duke
jazz head.
Duke Ellington,
Yeah, all that.
the high
Wow.
five.
Yeah, he's a jazz. Yeah, all that. He listens
Ooh,
to probably. He loves John Coltrane. I'll tell you that. He loved him more than any other jazz artist. But he's listening to so much thanks to his brothers. Even though he's a boomer and all, older boomer, that's all he listens to. He listens to other stuff. He listened to blues. He listened to a little rap. The old school rap. That's it. And outside of that, it's just jazz and classical music. That's where I get it from.
Yeah,
it sounds like your pops is like if you go over there to see him for like 15 minutes, you stay for like 10 hours.
Yeah, that's usually where it is. He has it on his devices and stuff, but he still got the records. I'm like, damn, but he tells me all the time. That's all he listens to when he's watching a basketball game, had the jazz on in the background. That's who he is, man. Even though he's an auditor with the money, right? But when he comes home, he just deals with his computers and plays jazz music with his wine. He stopped drinking wine recently, trying to watch out for his health, but that's what he does now, man. He's good, you know.
Hey,
yeah. I try to tell my mother like to watch out, because since she had her stroke earlier this year. You know what I mean? Because yeah, like yeah. I was just like, yo, you need to ease up on that that yellowtail, man. Like,
Man, that was my mom's was like that with Heineken and St. Pauli's girls for a little bit. And
mm,
my pops, like he don't smoke, he drinks, and even with him, but my pops likes cheap beer. Like, he don't like to pay for his beer. He likes cheap beer. And when I
mm.
tried, it's like, man, it tastes like possum piss, man. What the hell is this?
I don't even want to know what possum piss tastes like.
Don't drink that beer he drank.
Damn, that man, that's one hell of a fucking metaphor. Shit,
You know, that came down on the spot, bro. You know what I'm saying?
like, shit, possum piss. Like, oh, we're gonna use that as a term for for the other side of the space.
Oh yeah, man.
The the other
Let's try
side
that.
is
Let's
piss.
try that.
The other side is possum piss.
Oh shit. Oh, yeah, let me get out of here. Let me get my ass home. I'm tired now.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Let me shut this down, man. It was a pleasure to hear from y'all, man.
Oh,
You
not a
too,
problem,
bro.
man. I'll come over anytime if you need to chop it up. You know, it's all good. I mean, great stream, man. Like, I mean, keep it up, man.
Thank
Yeah,
you, man.
man. Do your
Yeah,
thing.
I'm trying.
Like
Yeah,
one step
man.
at a time, one stream at a time.
Yeah, that's all I gotta do, man. But
Something.
I'll catch y'all later, man.
All
All
right,
right.
now.
All
Peace.
right, peace.
Peace out.